Gamers, so I just started a live stream of Fall Guys, and it had me do like answer a couple questions kind of thing, so I just quickly ended the stream. So I just jump started it now, and hello everybody, we're playing Fall Guys as you can see, and I haven't played this game in about a couple months, and they had updates, so I updated to see what they added. I added a couple new things, and just wanted to play something, just why not. I did do a live stream earlier today. I played zombies, and I will admit it was not that intriguing. Only got to level 6, and I ended up going in a Discord call, and that was not planned, and that's just what happened. But anyways, we're gonna actually do like an actual legit live stream today. Hopefully, there's no other things I need to know. So yeah, whoever watches, welcome. Let's see, questions, new rounds, and squads. Shout if you like point rounds, shout if you like squads, now shout if you like point rounds in squads. Play squads now and see what all the shouting is about. Sure. Prime Gaming, blah blah blah, we don't do that. PlayStation players, the new Fall Guys launcher on PlayStation console is coming. Keep an eye out your game library until April 5th and check out our blog for more details on how to claim your free Retro Shark costume. Very nice. The Retro Shark costume will only be available until the end of Season 6. Scan the code for more information. Okay. Cool, and we got our OG skin. Very nice, very nice. Season progress. Show selector. What's this? What's the triangle? What is that? Oh, Jesus. Really? Okay, that's the social menu. Interesting. Okay. Very interesting. It seems like I have to be very careful with what I press apparently, because I don't want to reveal information, and I'm kind of like scared for some reason to do anything. Did they add any like cool funny guy? Oh, that's cool. Boots and cats, chili, Robin, mountain, barbarian. Nah, nothing too crazy. Let's just go ahead and get into the show. Among Us. Guys, if you like Among Us, let me know in the comments right now, and I would love to read your thoughts and opinions. I haven't played Among Us in also a very long time, but to be honest with you, I never really was like a big fan of Among Us because, you know, like Imposter Among Us, Sussy Baka, ha ha ha. I know. All the jokes are funny. But I do want to tell everybody right now watching that I will be streaming Lego Star Wars when it comes out, the Cuphead DLC, and Harry Potter Legacy. Those three things are some things I want to do, because for Cuphead, obviously, I did everything on Cuphead. I got the platinum for that game. That was the hardest platinum I ever got in my life. The hardest trophy. Getting all trophies for Cuphead. Basically, that's the hardest trophy I ever got. No matter what game it is, Cuphead platinum is well deserved. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be back for the DLC. It's like a calling at this point. Harry Potter Legacy seems like a very cool game. You get to be in Hogwarts, you know, you get sorted to the hat, you know, you get to live as a wizard or witch if you desire, and you could explore the world. You could go to Hogsmeade, you could go to Diagon Alley, or London, or just go out in the wild and just explore. I don't know if it's online. If it's online, it'll make it much better. I don't think so, though. But if it's not, it's okay. It still looks like a cool game. Oh, what is this? Gate Crash. Okay, looks like the old map. I think just slightly changed it a bit. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to play that. And Lego Star Wars. I haven't played Lego Star Wars since the PS3, so it'll be really nice to see it make a appearance. Really fun. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. There we go. Ooh, 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 stinky. Ooh, stinky. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. You know, a lot of people just run and they miss. It's all about strategy. There we go. Oh, go! Ooh, can I make it? I could definitely make it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Easy, easy. There we go. Barely. The last 25. Yeah. So far, so good. So far, so good. Look at our outfit. But I don't know if they added any more maps, though. But what I will say is what I noticed when loading into the game, it's definitely took a lot longer than usual. So that's definitely telling me that the fan base the user base of this game is definitely going down. I apologize if I sound sick. I did have a cold a while back, but I don't think it really like fully went away. Some fruit, how to play. Count the fruit, avoid rising the slime. When the string shows the quality of a fruit, stand on that tile. Okay, just stand on the tile. Okay. And count the fruit. When the screen shows a quantity, stand on the tile of a fruit matching that number. That number. I see. I don't know what that number means, but I'll try. Count the fruit. Oh, there's 3 strawberries? I'm not entirely sure if those are strawberries. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Wait, hold on. Avoid rising slime. I don't know what we're looking for. I don't know. Smokey said, can I join your party? Hey, Smokey. Go over there. 3. Oh, no! I almost died. No! Sure. Okay, Smokey, I'll invite you to the party. Or why not? Okay, apologize for anyone watching. I just invited my friends to the party, Smokey. Let's see if they join. If not, it's okay. Let me go ahead and start another round. Maybe hello? Hello? Hello, Smokey? You wanna play Fall Guys? Or you wanna just be in the party?
I don't have Fall Guys.
You mean you don't have Fall Guys? You had Fall Guys. What happened to it?
I had Fall Guys.
What would you do to it? You deleted it?
It got erased.
How did it get erased? Games don't just get erased. You deleted it.
So it's so crazy.
Right.
My fingers slipped.
Oh,
off
really?
The controller.
Oh, wow. He just slipped it. He just oops. He
it-
just pressed the delete button, huh?
No.
Uh-huh.
So my fingers slipped off the controller, hit the home button, then
Okay.
it hit on the floor,
Right.
went to library,
Okay.
and then my cat stepped on my controller 3 times, perfectly calculating the delete button. I was like, oh shoot, I don't want to delete this game. I went to go press circle, but since I have dyslexia, I pressed X and it's deleted.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Okay. So your finger slipped, pressed on the home screen, and you dropped your controller, and then your kitty cat went over to your controller, and bam, 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 hit it 3 times, went to the library, and you went to back out, but because of your dyslexia, you accidentally deleted the application, right?
Yeah.
So, now, okay, I don't ever remember you being dyslexic, though. That's the funny thing. You want to tell me about that?
I just got diagnosed.
Oh, you just got diagnosed. What kind of dyslexia do you have?
I have that dyslexia where words are like mismatched. Like it would be because, like it would be the word because.
Right.
And I just get fumbled so hard with the like the S is before the E, so it's weird.
Okay, so the letters just get mixed up. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
But okay, what about the other forms of dyslexia then?
No, nah. It's like no.
No? What do you mean no?
It's like no.
It's like
deleted.
Right.
Yeah, I got deleted.
So, let's see. So it's not the dyslexia where you accidentally delete things. It's just it just has to do with your spelling. Nothing to do with deleting applications.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird though. Then, huh? Then how did you delete it? If you know you were pressing buttons on your controller, it has nothing to do with letters, Smokey. It's strange.
Letters and shapes are this.
No, no, they don't.
Yes, they are.
No.
My definition is.
No. So you're telling me that a octagon is a letter? Is that what you're saying? Because they're not.
Yes.
No, it's not. What letter is an octagon then?
Yeah, the alphabet has shapes.
No, no. Okay, what letter in the alphabet has an octagon then? Tell me.
Oh.
That is not an octagon. It's called a circle.
Octagon.
That's called a circle. You buffoon. Oh, you mean 0? No, you mean circle. You gotta pick one. You can't just say, oh, it's an octagon. No, it's called a circle. And no, O is a number. It's not even anything, it's a word. O-H.
No,
Well.
I'm talking about 0H.
0-H, why are you talking about a letter and a number and a letter?
What? You're getting mixed up. What are
You said 0H. What do you mean 0H? No, you mean
0H.
OH.
Oh.
No, 0 is a
0H.
number. No.
This is dyslexia. Dyslexia right here. I'm getting mixed up.
No. Dyslexia is moving the letters and the consonants back and forth. You're just combining a letter with a number for no reason.
No, they just look so alike. They just look so similar, you know?
They just look similar. So, okay.
Yes.
No, actually, no, okay. They look
Mixes
kind
me
of
up.
similar. Okay, there's a 0, and then there's a O, and then there's a circle. A circle is a
Yeah, that's
shape.
why it says
It's a round
0O.
circle. Okay, it's a full 360. Okay, now a 0 is like an oval, you see, and then a O is more lowercase. There is a difference. A circle is wide. A 0 is long, and a O like a miniature 0. No, it's a miniature circle. Basically, it's like the circle. It's like the circle. It's like if the circle got a membership to Planet Fitness. That's what happened because the circle's it's pretty chunky. It's pretty wide.
Are you calling me stupid?
No. I'm just trying to correct your dyslexia. The facts. Senior dyslexia. That's right. Well, obviously, if you're dyslexic, how would you know what's right and wrong? You won't know. That's the thing.
Exactly. I don't know.
You don't know, so I'm correcting it for you. I'm helping you.
Yeah,
I don't see the issue here.
My issue is.
Oh, well, what are you even playing? You didn't even tell me. You're just telling me about shapes and zeros and numbers. Holy cow! Quite
Am I
fun.
playing right now?
Yeah, what are you playing right now? 'Cause you're not playing Fall Guys. You don't have it. Lobby? What is that?
I mean, I was playing a game, but I'm not.
Right. Also, I can't believe you didn't realize how disappointed I am in you today. I am so ashamed. You were not able to understand the riddle. It was a quill pen.
No, bro, I got it. It's just
No, you
he
did
looked it
not.
up. He searched it up. I swear to God, he searched it up. Because you want to know? Because I
Okay.
was gonna search it up. I was gonna search. What's the name for the big long pen with a feather on it?
It's a 7-inch itchy pen with a feather. You never even looked up what a vertebrae is. That's a bird. It's what you call birds. It's like how you call fishes amphibians and how you call crocodiles and snakes. Vertebrae is birds. So if all you had to do was search that up and search up the cephalopod thing that I named. That's a squid family.
Cephalopod.
Or I can't
What's
even say it
that?
right. That's a squid family. That's like squids.
Squid Game?
No,
Because
not
there's
squid.
two when?
Squids, like octopuses and squids. They produce ink.
Yeah,
That-
ink pen. Where you getting from this? I win.
That
You said ink pen.
actually, the ink pen is a ballpoint pen, which we have to this day. A quill pen is one that you dip. An ink pen already has ink inside. You lose. You can't outriddle that. You can't.
Bro, I won. You're lying. You're such a liar.
Ballpoint and a ink pen is something that has ink inside of it already. A quill pen is one that you dip into a jar of ink and you write. No. I even said, look, when you guys said the Constitution, I was like, the Constitution undoubtedly seen an ink, basically is seen a quill pen right in front of it because it was written by a quill pen. Duh. Right? When you bottle maps, who draws the maps? Who writes letters? You use a quill
Ships.
pen. Exactly, pirate people. Exactly. Or you know, they're on the ship. You know, they're writing messages
Nah,
to
they
their pirates.
they didn't use ink pens. They didn't use quills for that.
No, I'm talking about British pirates. I'm not talking.
Pirates, I've heard of these people.
British pirates. Yeah. Yeah. You never watched Pirates of the Caribbean? Those are British pirates.
I have watched Cuphead.
No, there's a Royal Navy and then there's British pirates. I do have. I had the Lake PS3. I did. I never beat it. I played it too. It was fun, but I never completed it because I liked the Lego Batman version better. And I like the Lego Indiana Jones better. Yeah, well, you can't even get mad at me. It's Lego Indiana Jones. Now, can you? Nope, I did not finish the game. I finished Lego Harry Potter though. I like that much better. Wow, what kind of map am I playing? Well, they're adding some funky maps to Fall Guys.
You're so biased.
How am I biased? I'm not even contradicting anything. I'm just speaking the truth. Well, you're biased. There's no way I'm biased. Because you're dyslexic and you're over here telling me, well, shapes and sizes, bring the box to the book. You're speaking magic now.
Making fun of disabilities?
No, I'm not making fun of disabilities. No, I'm making fun of the fact of how you're lying about having a disability. That's what I'm making fun of.
Actually,
No, you don't. Really? Seriously?
I
So what is it really called then? There's a real name for dyslexia. You don't know. Is it because you can't read it? I'm sorry. That doesn't sound nice.
You're mean.
Maybe just a bit. I'm sorry. If you really have dyslexia, I'm sorry. I really didn't know. So like, okay, like in movies they portray dyslexia as like literally the letters are flying, like there's like in front of you. Is that true? Is it really like that?
No, it's not.
Because in movies that's how they're like that.
Like this guy was flipping a page and was like, read the page. Just flying around.
I see. Yeah, that's like magic. Okay, so good thing it's not like that.
Is it very...
Smokey.
Yeah.
I think my channel is dead.
The channel's dead?
I think my channel is dead. It's okay. I'm at peace with it, so it's totally
Makes
okay.
you think that?
Well, I've been gone for nearly like a couple months at a time, and I don't get any comments anymore. I used to get comments all the time. I used to ask, like, people were asking me, Danny, where you at? Where you at? Blah, 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 and I would respond to them, but I don't get those anymore. And no one's even watching the stream. I'm just fascinated, really.
I was watching the stream.
No, besides you guys don't count. You guys are like friends. Like, you guys don't count. I'm talking about like randoms and like, you know, not like okay, people I know, but not like, you know, regular. It's different. Like, you guys are not even fans of me. You guys are just friends at this point. Like, I'm talking about like random people. Like, I think my channel's dead. No, don't get mad. What are you mad for? Well, what do you mean then?
What happened?
That's okay. So what do you expect of being gone for so long? Oh well. Also, we're currently trying to get a job at a movie theater, which is interesting. Yeah. Maybe as assistant manager, where I can control the movies, be a boss.
I've actually never seen
I'll share all the secrets with everybody.
Please do.
Because I always wanted to know too, like, is it like where I go in the back and I just put like a giant VHS tape in the projector or something, or do I have to like put all the film in every day, like how they did in the 1930s? You might hate it, but it might be fun too. Like, oh gee, Willikers, we have to put all the string movie film in there. It's like, oh, what if we put it in backwards and the movie starts playing backwards or something? That'd be cool. If we do it like that, I don't know. I doubt it. It'll probably just be like a DVD. Not even a DVD, it'll just be like a computer. Like, here, just press this at this time, that's all you have to do. And then we have all the Fandango commercials that'll play with the puppets, and people like that. I used to love those too. It'd be great. But they don't even make those anymore. They don't even make the Fandango stuff.
Because they're outdated. You should have made that as a girl. I would have got that.
Fandango? You go to the movie theaters. What's the puppet people? What's the name? No, it's the Fandango. Yeah, it's those guys.
I would have said Prigos or something like that. I don't know what it's called. What's that? Waffles?
Waffle.
Prigos?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. The waffle. Lego Maego or something? Maego?
Eggo, yeah.
Eggo. Yeah, that's what you're talking about. Yeah, that's good. Wait, you hungry or something? Talking about food now?
Yes, it's like 2 a.m.
What are you doing at 2 a.m.? What are you doing up at 2 a.m. for? It's only 11 o'clock for me. It's so early.
Oh, I wish. Actually, I don't wish. Gas prices are too.
You're right, actually. They're insane. They're like $8.
What's the gas prices for you? $8.
Yeah, they're $8 over here.
It's 10.28.
No,
Not
it's
10.28. Not 10. 5.28.
see that's so good. That's like California on average, $4 to $5.
Really? That's
Yeah,
like, ooh,
I know. It's sad. Over here, I don't know. It's weird. Like people, you know what they say? They say if you work, if you live on the East Coast, you're like a millionaire, because like what we get paid here is bad, but for somebody who's living on the other side of the country, it's like a lot of money. Like, okay, I know I don't talk about politics. No one's really watching this stream. So, do you know like what's the minimum wage over there? Like what do people usually get paid over there? Like per hour? Like when you had like
McDonald's?
yeah, just like at McDonald's. Like how much do you think a worker gets paid over there? And I'll tell you my prices over here.
Last time I checked, that my brother worked over there, he got $18 an hour.
It's actually not bad. You know how much it is over here? It's like
14.
It's 29. Yeah, but that's nothing though, cause it's so bad.
Yeah, I know.
You can't afford nothing. Yeah, but
I mean,
if we go,
your thing's expensive.
well, not really. It's like it's called an equilibrium. So like it sounds expensive.
I know.
But it's like I don't know. Like okay.
It's like this.
How much does
they make the job pay so high that people can still follow up with a how do you say again?
Equilibrium?
Economy.
Oh no, economy? No, but that's not how it works. So it's like
over here, you can buy one of these billion-dollar houses.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it doesn't work like that. I know it's weird. So basically, how much does the typical loaf of bread cost over there? Your place.
Typical loaf of bread.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter what store it is. Don't matter what brand.
$1.59.
Really?
$1.59.
It's like $3.50 over here. $4 for bread.
Damn.
Yeah, so you see what I mean? Like, it's weird. I know it's like weird. Like, why are we spending? Why are we getting more money just to spend more money? It doesn't make sense. Like, California is weird.
No, if you technically look at it, we're spending the equal amount of money.
Yes, we have the same equilibrium. So basically, my $3.54 is the same as your $1.50. It's just I know it's weird though. It's weird. So basically, if you worked over here, you would be like making big boy dollars. But if you worked on if I went to the East Coast and I worked over there and I came home to California, I would be so broke because I'm only getting like barely like $18 an hour, and I have to pay my $5,000 monthly rent. Yeah, it's really expensive. I wish I wasn't kidding. Go to San Francisco. It's horrible.
$5,000.
It's really bad. I wish I wasn't kidding. No, I'm telling the truth. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You can go Google it. No joke.
I live in a big house and the rent's only 19. No.
For how much?
There you go. 1,900.
For 1,900? That's really good.
For this big house.
I would say there's no place in California you can live by yourself. You have to live with a roommate. There's no because it's financially impossible. You have to have a because that's how.
In LA.
Yeah, LA's in California. Yeah. Big boy dollars. Yeah, that's like in San Francisco. That's like the worst. On average, though, monthly, I would say average is $1,200 2,500. That's average like everywhere in California.
If you went over
But
to
like
East
the most
Coast, you'll
extreme.
be a millionaire.
That's what I'm saying. Like you would make a you would be like rich. Like it's not even funny. Hold on. This was a new map I'm playing. I wasn't really paying attention either. It's a cool map. But yeah, it's everything's just expensive here, and the gas is $8, and it's like nobody wants to drive anymore. So everybody's just taking buses now, and buses and like bikes, and people are just walking now. Like it's ridiculous over here. Like you're really bad.
Do you think they're raising up the gas prices so they want us to buy electric cars, or what do you think they're doing?
Ooh, good theory. I don't think that's the main reason. That could be a reason, but I don't think the main reason. The main reason I think they are raising prices is because of what's happening, you know, with Ukraine and Russia right now. Ukraine it's our ally, right? Like they are our ally, but and we used to have a trade route with them, and that route was that we had like a deal where we give them money, and in return they give us their oil, and we had like a trade partnership with them. But because of the war, Russia kind of took the oil deposits, so now we don't have much oil, and because of that, supply and demand. So when you lose a resource, it becomes a scarcity. So the reason why the prices are so high is because we don't have as much oil as we used to. That's why.
Alright, so a little knowledge that I might know, but you could probably correct me since you're more into the politics thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, just answer the question, How much was the gas when Trump was in office?
It was good. Over here, it was 230. It was anywhere from 230 to 330. And for Californians, that's like really nice. That's like, to you that might sound like weird, but like to us, that's a good price.
That's good. That's usually the original like.
How much was it for you guys over there?
Oh,
it was low.
$1.08.
Oh my god, that sounds good. That's really cool. Yeah. See, and then now it's like $5 for you guys over there. It's horrible.
Yeah.
You know that's called inflation.
I
know. Fun fact: it happened when President Obama was in office. That exact same thing happened in 2009. It was called 2009 recession. Everybody went poor in 2009, and we're kind of experiencing the same thing right now, in a way.
I personally think, now this might be a political thing,
Right.
but Joe Biden, you know how he's like, I'm pretty sure he like owns like a lot of like gas companies.
Yes.
So, I don't know. He just wants to make money, that's all it is.
Well, to be honest, who doesn't want to make money? But I think you're onto something. So you did say that the gas thing is because they want to force people to switch to electric cars. It might be true. This might be a method. So basically, what they probably are doing, they are probably either making this Russian thing a hoax, and they're actually American con artists portraying, basically doing the bad deed of stealing the oil and just making the Russians seem like the bad guys, which is highly possible. Like the whole thing about war is deception. Deception is a tactic where, right? It's used in it's used in propaganda a lot. Basically, you make and you claim what they're doing, and it's like, yeah, to get people on your side, basically, like the fastest. Like sometimes, I mean, it could be true and it could be false too, and I don't know. Like I've heard a lot of bad things about Ukraine. I have no idea what's actually going on. I don't want to be quick to assume. Maybe they are aggressive. Maybe we're the ones that I have no idea. Like,
so,
to be honest, I'm not really into it. What?
The ghost of Evie or something like that?
The ghost of Evie? What does that mean?
Ivy? I don't know. It was like this
No.
opposed plane, a pilot in Ukraine that kept like shooting down other Russian pilots, but it turns out that was like a hoax. But I don't remember what it was called. My stepdad told me it was like to get the Russians scared.
So somebody was shooting down a pilot, like a wait, who was shooting down the plane?
They were saying it was like an old model Ukraine jet. I don't remember what it was called.
And they were shooting
This is a
who?
while ago. Down the Russian.
Hmm.
Russian pilots.
I see. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. Like, okay. I know I say like don't get political, but honestly, I really don't care because no one's really watching my stream. It's kind of late anyway, and it's just you and me. So, I'm afraid to talk about this stuff. So I'm gonna ask you, what do you think, in your opinion, if it's something I disagree with, it's fine. But if, in your opinion, what do you think about this whole Ukraine-Russian thing? Do you think do you think it's fake? Do you think
Doesn't make a lot of sense.
so when you say it doesn't make a lot of sense, what does it make sense? What's the most confusing part to you about this?
The motive behind it.
Huh?
The motive behind it.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with on that too. It's the motive of, okay, what exactly starting the war and why is it, like, you know, like what's the main plot? Like, yeah, like me saying like the oil thing, I'm pretty sure that is true, but again, I could be wrong. The thing that I just didn't understand about a lot of us in the States is that we were very fast to pick a side. Did you realize that? Like, we were so fast to pick a side. Like, I don't even think we even gave Russia a chance to explain themselves. We were just like, oh yeah, Ukraine good, Russia bad. Did you notice that? Like, I don't know, like, I felt like a lot of, like, people my age and maybe like a little younger, like a lot of like 20-year-olds and maybe even like teens were so fast to say, "Oh yeah, good." And maybe that is true. Maybe it is. Maybe Russia is the bad guy here. But I think it's just our will to jump on to stuff that quickly is kind of scary. I don't know why we were that fast to pick a side. Aren't we supposed to evaluate the situation and think about it first, right? Instead of jumping onto it. I will agree that the I
feel like conspiracy theory here.
Sure.
That the founding fathers would be disappointed what our government is today.
Oh no, without a doubt. They have been disappointed for like the past 100 years already. I would say the founding father. Well, now I'm gonna get a little political. I'm gonna get a little bit more. I was gonna be a little more political here. Being political, it's I used to younger me, I used to think it was cool. It's not really cool because it does spark arguments, but I think it is wise to talk about things, and if you think about things with people, then that's healthy. I do think that is a good thing. So what I was gonna say is so the founding fathers definitely would have been disappointed. I was gonna say that, oh, they've been disappointed since slavery, but about half of our founding fathers were slave owners, which is unfortunately true. Not all of them. We had Thomas Jefferson, we had George Washington, we have Benjamin Franklin, John Adams. Thomas Jefferson was a slave owner, and he was probably the biggest writer on the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution. Unfortunately, he did own slaves. So, basically, was going to be, oh, they were disappointed in slavery. I don't think that bothered them, which does throw me off a bit. But what I do think bothered them was not immigration. I think it was, I gotta think. They felt about industrialization or imperialism. No, that didn't bother them at all. Not imperialism. What would they be disappointed? Would they be disappointed in the atomic bomb? Was that ethically a bad weapon we made? That's. I think the atomic bomb is questionable. We made a bomb. We made a man-killing machine. You drop it and it kills people. I think that's ethically challenging. What do you think?
Maybe to observe our dominance? I don't know.
I think an atomic bomb is scary because ever since that happened, do you realize our warfare's changed completely? Now we have atomic bombs. Now we have nuclear warheads.
We use bombs. Everyone has bombs.
Everybody has bombs. I think that was a bad thing we did. We just made war scarier. But did we make it safer? By us having bombs? I'll tell you why I think it's safer, because by us having nuclear bombs, all of us are equal threat. So basically, if anyone was to attack, anybody can use a nuclear bomb if they wish. So before then, people could just invade a nearby country on foot and just attack. Basic war. But now that we have bombs, people don't do that anymore. People are more civilized. Why are they civilized? Because it's the knowledge of getting nuked. That's a game changer. It's like, you know, if I go, yeah, but then it's scary now because the Cold War, the world almost ended in the 60s. You know that, right? We almost died. Everybody almost died in the 60s. Specifically, 1963 November, it was the Cold War, the Cuban Missile Crisis. Everybody almost died because reason was. Russia had their nukes in Cuba pointed at us, but we also had nukes in Turkey pointing at them. So it was like 13 days of just it was just sheer pain. And luckily that all changed. And you know who did that? Do you know who the person was that basically stopped the end of the world? Do you know who that man was?
Was he a president?
No, he was not.
Was he?
He was not JFK. He was not a president.
Was he Martin Luther King?
No, it was actually a Russian who. So I don't know. I'm just trying to rethink of what I was told many times. So basically, he was a Russian man who was he was a general on board a submarine ship in the Bay of Pigs near Florida. So when they had their missiles next to us, there was a submarine with 3 generals in them, and Russia ordered an attack to fire at our country first. They were going to be the first people to attack, and there was 3 generals on that submarine that were going to give that order where they're going to launch the nukes from the submarine. 2 of the generals ordered yes. Basically, they said they're go for war, and the 3rd one said no, because he knew if he was going to say yes, that nuclear abomination was going to happen. That Russian Soviet, that communist guy, basically saved the world from being extinct. And it's funny because he's the enemy. He was on the other team. He wasn't on our team, but
That's interesting.
yeah, he knew if he pressed that button, not only we would go bye-bye, but they would go bye-bye. They knew that. So, in a sense, it's funny that the enemy, it's funny, you know, they say never trust your enemies, but it's funny that sometimes your enemies are not always, I want to say that, it's maybe, but I want to say
I'm
best
not sure
friend.
how the phrase went, but it was like,
it's
your enemy of your enemy is something.
Oh no, that's what you're talking about. That phrase goes, the enemy of my enemy is my best friend. It doesn't work in this situation. That's only if like you're fighting like 3 people. But in this situation, basically that the moral of the story is that your enemy is no different than you. You two are in the same situation. It also goes for the old story in World War One. Have you ever heard of the story of the Christmas truce?
No.
Christmas truce was during World War One, and it was 1914. It was during Christmas. And are you familiar with World War One? Do you know what that war was about? So, okay, huh?
I know it was against Germany.
In a sense, yeah, actually, yeah. So basically, World War One was the result of just political tension, and some dude in Austria got assassinated. That's how the war started. World War Two was Hitler, and that was a different thing. But World War One, it was because of that. And the first year was 1914, 1918. In 1914, the first year when it started, it was between Germany and France, and they were having a guerrilla warfare in the trenches. You see old movies of war, they're in the trenches, that's World War One. So they were fighting each other, and during Christmas time, it was Christmas, and that was like the first time, like it was a holiday during war, and the French and Germans take Christmas seriously. And it was funny that day they stopped fighting each other, and they all went out of the trenches, and they celebrated Christmas together. They actually
Oh,
like
I
they
feel like I heard something.
and they brought out all of their like they brought out not basketball, they brought out soccer balls, and they brought out tea and food and ammunition. And everybody became friends for a day, one whole day, and that was Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I think it started at like the end of Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. That whole day, they didn't fight each other because they believed what's Christmas. Basically, Jesus was born. That's the story, right? So basically, they didn't kill each other for an entire day, and they hung out as if they were friends. And do you know what happened at the end of the day?
Tell me.
Well, after Christmas happened, after the end of the 25th of December, both of their sides, the generals, the head generals, they were all both getting mad. Like, they knew that this country had conflict. They were getting direct orders from, like, the presidents of the time, basically saying, what are you doing? Fight. And the generals, since they were generals, they had to convey that message. They didn't want to, but they did. They were instructed to do that. And they basically told everybody to stop hanging around and kill each other. And they did. they went back to war. They went back to fighting. But it's kind of sad, because it's like, you think about it, like, could you imagine what all those soldiers would have been like? They were hanging out. They were having a good time with their enemy. Like, that just goes to show that we're not really different from everybody else. We're really not. It's the people in power that really separates everybody, honestly. So those French and German people, they were hanging out that one day, and they took a break from war. They both were stopped damages they did to each other, all the shell shock and all the mud in the trenches and all the bullets and everything, and it was good to take a break. But very sad story. I definitely recommend watching a movie about it on YouTube, because there's so many movies, there's so many like videos about the Christmas truce. Definitely look into it. But you see what I mean, though? I was talking about the Cuban Missile Crisis. Basically, same thing. Like, it's just the same situation. Yeah. Going back to what we were originally talking about was the Founding Fathers. What would they be disappointed in? I don't think it would be that. I don't think it would be the missile. Oh no! I said the atomic bomb. That's what I said, and I got sidetracked. Sorry, I just tend to do that sometimes. I'm feeling really political today. I'm feeling very open about this. I don't know why I just am. I would say the atomic bomb would definitely be it. But then again, I don't know. In the 1800s, we did a lot of bad things. Like, we did a lot of Native American stuff. We fought the Mexicans. We fought practically everybody. Because of Theodore Roosevelt, we over the whole Dominican Republic. Like that. If anything, that's like the most American thing we've ever done. It's like, that is American. I don't think they would get mad at that. I think they would be like, right on, dude. Right on. Good job. America. I think they would have been proud. So no, I think they would have been. Unfortunately, I think the Founding Fathers would have been mad in the 60s and the 70s. And when we had the civil rights, I think that would have taken them off a bit. Just a bit. I don't know. Now I'm thinking about it, because the Founding Fathers, well, I'm not going to say that they're completely racist. No, not all of them were. Some of them were. But I don't know.
But at that time, it was an okay thing.
That's true. People forget that. At the time, it was a common thing. Like, working on a plantation, it was just work. Now, the plantation owners, harassing them and giving them slurs and making them dress like that, not feeding them properly, that was that's what you call unfair labor conditions. Like they were hurt badly. separated from their families. Like that was like extreme. That was bad. Shame on plantation owners for that. But at the time, everybody was doing it. It was even before they went to America. Like they did that in Africa too, and they did it in South America. No, not the Americans, but like even Germans did it, French did it, British did it. Heck, even the Russians did it too. Like, and it happened in India, it happened in China. It was just a thing. It was just, I don't know. It was just like a theme. I don't know how to explain it. It happened in Australia, like, so it wasn't just the United States. People forget that. But I would say maybe the 70s, because it was definitely a cultural shock. They disbanded segregation, and after the Civil War, they did the Emancipation Proclamation. They ended slavery. I think the Founding Fathers would have been happy about that, but the segregation one, I don't think so, because they're basically saying no more whites, no more colored bathrooms, no more doing the bus thing. No more segregated schools. I'm not sure how they would have responded to that. Just strange. Did you know they brought those back?
Oh, we're back.
They brought segregated schools back. Did you know that?
Really? Where?
In California.
In America?
Yeah, they did. They also did it with so what they're doing in that, they're doing it with Latinos. And they're having Latino-only schools, and female-only schools, and Chinese-American schools, and I don't know. Now I'm getting a little bit more political. Now, saying preference, okay, but okay now.
And like you have an option.
Now,
are they kicking out all Latinos, all blacks?
You could say it's an option.
Yeah, it's like if
I don't know.
Black people don't feel comfortable with whites being racist, then they can move to an all-black school.
But isn't that racism as a whole, though? You're segregating people. We're supposed to live together.
What happened if whatever. What happens if a black person made this school? Like, he's like, let's just do this now. These whites are racist.
But that's racism, though. Did you know that a white man can be racist to a black man the same way a black man can be racist to a white man?
Yes.
That's racist. Yeah, it's fairly. That's like one of the most fairly equal things across the board. Is that racism is racism, and it's not. It should not be tolerated from anybody. So I can't tell you what they're doing in schools now, but what I can tell you is in 2019 when I graduated, I can tell you when I was a senior. I can tell you what I remember. And I remember that there was a program in my school that specifically segregated Latinos if they chose. Well, it's like it depends on the type of Latino you are. Because if you were like a specific Native American / Latino, you automatically got placed in those classes and you had to graduate with them. I'm not Native American. I am Latino, but I'm not Native American, so I didn't get forced into that. So, in a way, I thought that was segregation. If it's a public school. Now, if it's a college, that's different because you have a choice, like you said. But if it's in a public school, then that is segregation, my friend. And that's not good. And the concerning part is that California is a left state, is a liberal state. And left liberals are supposed to be against that. They're supposed to. They say this is the stereotype. The stereotype goes that the more left you are, the more against you are racism, which that's a good thing. But if that's true, then why are they promoting it though? What do you mean?
I don't see any segregation happening in Florida.
Yeah, because that's the East Coast. The West Coast is in Florida. Oh, that's like the most Republican state you can ever imagine. Those are Republican states. Those are Republican, yeah. Like, did you realize that was like the biggest state
Yes,
that supported Florida? Yeah. And California's a left state, like, and that's we can argue that's why prices are like this over here too. We can argue that. But I don't know, Smokey. I don't know. Do you really want me to get political? Do you really?
Yes.
You really want me to get political?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think it's wise to get political because I don't know. Like,
I'm the only one watching this stream. So.
okay, fine. I'll tell you a reason why we have high prices. I'll tell you one of the main reasons, and it's because of California is known for what's called social welfare programs, such as unemployment, such as food stamps, such as minority fund groups. So basically, you get free money weekly, or disability. You get free weekly, or monthly, depending on what you have. And these are social welfare programs. Huh? It's like, yeah, just like welfare basically,
so
but yeah.
That
and
so many people are like not doing jobs that the taxes and the prices for everything goes up.
It's basically, yeah, you basically explain it. So basically, what happens is, so let's say, Joe. Use Joe for example. Not like Joe. I'm just gonna like a man named Joe. If you want to imagine Joe Boy Gaming, you can imagine him. But I'm gonna a man named Joe. For example, a man named Joe goes to his office job in California and he works 9 to 5. And let's say he gets paid, I don't know, $20 an hour. Okay. And he goes home, has a family, blah blah blah. Right. Now every single year he has to file taxes. And those taxes get assigned to do public things for the government, such as, you know, for schools and roads and sometimes even healthcare stuff. But taxes also goes to welfare programs, and welfare programs basically they sponsor, you know, they save, they're like a big piggy bank. Basically, that money goes to them, and that money goes to people who use welfare. So in a way, our boy John is basically paying for someone else's rent indirectly. And that's why it gets a problem, because if Jack and Jamie are using welfare only, if they don't have any jobs, then that means that they're becoming dependent of somebody else's taxes. And if they're becoming dependent of somebody else's taxes, that means that there is no work being produced, which means that they have to raise the prices in order for people to produce work, because they need people to work in order for the economy to grow. And if the economy is not growing because those people are sucking the money out, then everybody's going to lose and everybody's going to be broke. So they raise the taxes and they tax the people who are paying the taxes so they can support the people who are not working. And it's a back and forth constantly. And that's why never go down until everybody has a job. Until, if nobody's working, then that will keep happening. Now, I currently don't have a job. However, I made an oath to myself. I mean, I do things like randomly. If I work for random people down the neighborhood, right? I tried my best to get random money here and there until I get like official job. I want to work at a movie theater, but I tried my best. I made an oath to myself. I have other friends here that told me to do this, and I tell them no. They tell me, oh, I should just do I just do food stamps, or I should do unemployment. I say no, because if I do that, I'm going to be sucking money out of other people, and I don't want to do that. That's going to look bad on my record. And because of people doing that, did you know if you do unemployment or if you do food stamps, you automatically are not allowed to work at certain places because they deem you as somebody who doesn't work. They don't want to hire somebody like that, and you get disqualified for all these benefits because you do these programs. So in the short term, yes, free money is cool, but in the long run, it's going to hurt you like a lot, and it's going to hurt everybody else because you're draining from nowhere. You're draining money that's not even yours out of thin air, and those people who put it there have to work harder because you're doing that. You see the problem? It's a problem.
I do.
It's a problem. I don't have a job, but I made an oath I would never do those programs. It's against what I believe in, and no matter how much I needed it, trust me, those couple times I was debating, no matter how bad I need it, I will always find another way. And I don't believe it's right for me to steal from anyone else. That's not right. It's unethical, in my opinion. So,
Respectable.
thank you. Is it many people around me would say that's not wise? They're like, oh, the basic. You're like, oh, just screw the system, get free money. And I know that's like an easy thing to say, and I understand that. I'm not saying the United States is the perfect country in the world. I'm not saying that, but I believe we are definitely better off than some other places. And I don't want to do my country like that. No. We have a lot of work to do, but you know what they say? They say that kids and young adults are 20% of our population, but they are 100% of our future. Did you know that? We are the 100%. We are 100% of American future. And if we act this way, then we are going to be the future leaders of the country. And whatever happens to our decisions molds the country. Because the leaders in power can't be in power forever. They will pass away eventually, and it will be our turn. And so on. So, even if I have to do something as simple as this, I am helping the country. Just one step at a time. Barely. By me not sucking the blood out of the country will be able to live longer. And not as many people will suffer from it. So, I think I'm doing justice. So yeah, basically, that I say that's like the main reason why California is like this. Is because there's a lot of people. Did you know there's like 40 million people here? So I would say anywhere from 2 to 5 million of that are homeless or they don't have jobs. So that's basically what? That's 5 divided by 40, that's 8. So anywhere from like 5 to 10% of California's population is doing this. It's disgusting. It's awful. Don't even mention the people who are homeless and addicts. Those people are worse because I know people who are, and what they do is they actively use these welfare programs to to aid their addictions, their drug addictions, and then they go to these free healthcare classes and free therapy classes so they could get drugs for their quote unquote problems. In reality, they take those drugs and they sell them back to the street so they can get more money, so they can fund to get more drugs for themselves. And those people are the worst. There are scam artists. There's a lot of those in California. Basically, they basically are finding sneaky ways to get drugs from the government, so they could sell to people who are doing the same thing, so they could get money to buy more drugs from the government, and back and forth. And that's why prices are high. Because of people like that.
I see that.
Yeah. In Florida, I'm not saying that not every state does. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure they do it over there on the East Coast or in the middle of the country. I'm pretty sure. But over here, it's really bad. And the sad thing is that you can visibly see it. Like if you go to California, California's supposed to be the Golden State. It's supposed to be a beautiful state, and that's partially true. But it's like if you go down the wrong neighborhood, you could see like it's like poor. Like you can visibly see the poverty, and it's so bad. And it's because of those people who drain the essence out of like the economy. You'll see it. People got camps everywhere. People got this. People got that. It's sad, but that's just life. We can't control it. We can't. We can try to do better, but well. You have any questions? Any comments? I was rambling on for a bit. No, did I make you depressed?
No.
No.
Just seemed more real.
What do you mean real?
I'm tired of people always making everything seem great when it really isn't.
And the sooner we accept that, that's gonna be better. And yeah, like there's been many offers. I had many offers where it's like, oh, do this and you get $3,000. You can do this, get $300, and it's like I really have to sit back and realize, okay, nothing's free in this world. So if I take this free money, where is it coming from? Who gave this money to me, and what is it gonna cost them? Like you gotta like use your mind a bit. You make decisions like that. Like it's not even just like welfare programs. It's just anything in general. Remember this, Danny's advice. I know I'm gonna sound like a complete boomer when I say this, but this is absolutely facts. Nothing's free in this world, and you take that literally. Like if somebody goes up to you and offers you, help, or they do you a solid, nothing is free in this world. You will have to pay that back. It's either by doing them a solid, giving them money, or a favor you have to do later, or reference them somehow, or speak for them in a good way, or do something. I don't know. I mean, if they really did it out of the kindness of their heart, then okay, maybe that does exist. But if somebody random does something for you, and you know was kind of like some semi-important, you know, you have to pay them back. You have to. It's common courtesy. But I mean, you don't. I mean, if you don't, I mean, it's fine. No one's forcing you. But if you don't, you'll be an asshole, and you just rob somebody for someone else's money, even though you said, "Oh, I'll pay it back. Don't worry." No, no, you have to pay them back. It's always like I'll give you an example. Like when, in didn't have a ride, so every single day I had a friend. But Joe knows him. Joe and Blood Corpse, they know this person. Every single day, well, not every, I would say every like day or every 2 days, he would take me to school when we would go to school together, and he would drop me off at my house on the way back. And every single day or every other day, I gave him $5 for gas money because he did that. Because I know by him doing that, not only is wasting his time, but he's also using his own gas. And Danny, I'm smart enough to understand that that's not free. You know, he always said no, but I always gave it to him, and he appreciated that. And we became very good friends for a very long time, and it was just like a trade. Like, nothing's free in this world. Someone's giving you a ride every day, you have to give them. It's either that, or you give them lunch, or you give them something. You know, you don't grow. Please, whatever you do, Smokey, don't grow up being an asshole by taking things for free in life and not paying it back. Please don't. Please not. I know you're a pretty smart kiddo. Just hope you don't do that. Unfortunately, my sister is a scam artist. Everything I just said about being a scam artist, she does that. We are complete opposites. I'm talking politically, socially, and just like in person, we are complete opposite different people. I'm Republican. I'm on the right. She's definitely on the left too. She scams the system. She's clever. I will give her that. She knows what she's doing, but she scams the system. She has scammed 4 different families of money, but she did it legally, and she's a rat. Like, I'm talking like filthy rat. Like she does not have any remorse. And that hurts me a lot. It's like, really? You can really hurt a family like that? Yeah, all because the money's there, all because you are able to take it. That does not mean you should, because that family may need it. And it's their money to begin with. A man once said, he's a character. He's a fictional character. He's not real, but he's still a quote. And he asked, "Are you not entitled to the sweat of your brow?" Do you know what that means? Yeah, so it's like basically he's asking a question. He's saying, "Are you not entitled to the sweat of your brow?"
Like what you're doing.
You want to elaborate a bit and explain it more? So yeah, so if I'm asking,
feel pity for what you've done?
No. So basically, are you not entitled to the sweat of your brow? That basically means, in summary, the work that you produce by your bare hands is not entitled to you. Basically, the work that you just did. So basically, if I gave you, okay, basically, if I went up to you and I told you to cut my grass, and after you doing that, and I gave you $10, but what if you cut my grass, and instead of me giving you $10, I give the neighbor $10, and he decides if he wants to give you the full amount or half. So let's say, yeah, you're cutting my grass. I have $10. I agree to give you $10, but instead I promised I'll give it to Joe across the street, and Joe decides, oh, maybe I'll give him $5, or maybe I'll give him $7. Those are taxes. Those are social programs waiting on you. Those are other things. So basically, are you not entitled to sweat of your brow? You are. The work that you produce, every single amount that you produce, is yours. So basically, that's why people get so mad about taxes, because taxes are money that gets ripped from people's paychecks to pay other people doing nothing. It's like, why is $150 taken away from my bank account, paying for some homeless guy on the street? That money is mine because I worked for it. Like, no offense to the homeless guy. We're not mad at the homeless guy, but why is the money being forcibly taken from my account to help? You see that? Is it equality? No. Equality Now, I on Danny Talks Politics, I made a whole video about it. Equality is actually equal opportunity, but not equal outcome. So equality is, doesn't matter if you're a different race, or different religion, or different background. Equality, the true equality is equal opportunity, meaning, yeah, we might start differently, but we all have the same chance. It's a fair game. Basically, there's not a crooked game. It's not like, because Timothy comes from a millionaire family, he has a better chance. Not entirely. Basically, equal opportunity means we have a fair chance. You can't pay for a degree. It's not pay to win. Basically, like video games, it's not pay to win. Exactly. Everybody has the same odds, but not everybody has the same end game. So basically, everybody has the same starting chance. Not the same start, but the same starting chance. But the ends will be different, and that's fair. It's like gambling. You go into a casino, everybody sits down at a table, they have their chips and they have their cards, and it's not going to be guaranteed who wins, who loses, who draws, and who, or who gets escorted by police at the end of the casino game. Like, that's equality. You could look at it, it's only from an economical standpoint. It's not. From a social, political standpoint, like when it comes to race, comes to, just ethnic background, when it comes to stuff like that, it's applied the same way. We're all different. That's a good thing. But we shouldn't be prioritized in a different way. Now, no hate to Joe. I love Joe. Okay, he's a good friend. Okay, but personally, we do disagree on one thing. And that is Native American stuff. He is Native American. However, by him being Native American, he has special rights over everybody else. Now, I'm not paying for that. At least I don't think so. Or anyone in my family. Maybe they are. I have no idea. But why are they getting rights? Well, everybody knows why. It's because of what happened in the past. True. However, did you know that every single race has experienced something? So, for example, Native Americans, they experienced the manifest destiny in the 1700s or 1600s. African Americans experienced slavery. Chinese Americans experienced building the railroad. Irish Americans experienced a lot of industrialization. I would say Muslims experienced a similar thing here about that. Like, do you see where I'm going with this? Hello?
Yeah.
Am I boring you?
No.
Okay. Well, see, this is what happens when you tell me to talk about politics. I'm gonna go crazy.
It's not boring at all. I'm learning new things, and I like learning new things.
Okay. Okay. So basically, my point is that yes, Native Americans, what they experienced was bad, no doubt. But the Chinese, the African Americans, the Muslims, the Irish, they experienced bad things too. So why should the Native Americans have an advantage? They shouldn't, because we all experienced something. Nobody should have better odds or better starting chance. Everybody should have. Okay, the backgrounds could be messy. That's fine. But when it comes to actually playing the game, playing life, everybody should have an equal opportunity chance. And whatever they do after that, whatever work they put in, the sweat of their brow, that's entirely up to them. And if they get $1 million from that, then praise them, because they put in that work. And hope that nobody says, hey, that's not fair, and they take half of their paycheck because they think it's unfair and they think it's inequality. This is why I'm a Republican. I believe in stuff like this. If you ask a Democrat this, they would tell you a different story. A Democrat would tell you that they would weigh the starting chance from the very beginning, and they would prioritize who suffered more. So it's really more of if you're a Democrat, it's more of a victimhood mentality. It's like, oh, who suffered more? I suffered more, and then someone else can say, no, I suffered more, and that's a bad start. That's personally, this is my opinion. Now, this is becoming my opinion. I believe that's having this victimhood ideology is bad, because it only just encourages people to slander other people's experiences by saying, "Oh, you didn't experience anything bad. You had a privileged white background. That's not bad." But let alone do they know that in that household they were addicts and abusive, and to me that sounds bad. That sounds horrible. Like, I wouldn't even want to imagine the abusive relationships they had in that family, but all because they're white, it doesn't matter. To me, I think that's wrong. I think it's horrible, but I do not think that should give them an advantage. It should not give them a disadvantage, and it should not give them an advantage. But then again, I don't know. The one thing I like about this country is that we Americans can have different opinions. If you go to a country in Europe or Asia or Africa even, saying stuff like this would be like you would get in trouble like so fast because a lot of countries don't like different opinions. So that's why I like being American, because like, yeah, even if I don't like my Democrat friends, I appreciate the fact that we are able to coexist somehow. And I thank my founding fathers because of that. I might liberal teachers for practically indoctrinating me. Oh, trying to. She almost did, but thank God I didn't listen to her. But in a way, I'm glad that we're able to coexist. So you told me that you learned a couple things today. What did you learn, Smokey?
Let's see. I mean, was it really? I wouldn't really call it learning, but hearing someone else's opinion.
Okay.
I like hearing other people's opinion on things.
What? Okay. What was there something that I said that contradicted your opinion, or something you didn't agree with? Nothing at all. Really? Everything I said you agreed with? Question mark.
Yeah.
Really? That's suspicious.
Everything just sounded like so correct. And I already had my own preference before I even joined this party. And it kind of aligned with the thoughts I also had.
And what were your thoughts that you had?
Putting on the spot like me like that, Danny?
Yeah. Well, no one's watching, just us two. And hold on, you putting me on the spot. I'm over here talking for like 40 minutes. Yeah.
Nice to hear other people's opinion on things. Even if they're saying different.
I agree. And sometimes I try my best. If someone tells me a different opinion, I try my best to listen to it. And there's been many conversations that I've been in, many phone calls I've been in where I talked to somebody who was on the different political spectrum, and they've gotten mad at what I had to say, or mad about my opinion, and they were not able to accept it. And that, you know, like an immature person would be like, "Ha, you suck, you can't handle stuff." But me, I'm not immature. In fact, I get upset when things like that happen, because I want to hear what they have to say, and I wish we wouldn't be so quick to close our ears and get mad and hate each other. That's not what I want. I want everybody to, you know, somehow coexist peacefully, and for someone to shut themselves out or, you know, get frustrated. And it's like, oh, and then the name calling. It's like, oh, you're just ignorant, or you're blah blah blah. And it's like, okay, really, is that necessary? Like, we don't gotta play like that. We don't gotta be so immature to hearing another opinion. Like, if it's just an opinion, it's an opinion. Like, if we're gonna talk about grown-up stuff, we have to act like grown-ups. We can't just act like kids getting mad. Like, oh, he took my seat or he was in my spot at the lunch table or something. Like, for in kindergartners, I don't know what they get mad about these days. But you get what I mean. It's like you can't be so quick to get mad about something. Me and Joe, well, we're not severely different. There are some things, like when it comes to social issues, like when it comes to the Native American race thing, that's when me and him differ. Because his opinion would be, let's see, he would tell me about, you know, how the tribes were separated, right, and which they were, and how the suffrage happened, which I'm completely aware, but how he says that the government should be in debt to them forever. And personally, I think that sounds ridiculous for the government to be in debt, because in reality, when you say the government, you don't mean the government, you mean the taxpayers. So basically, you're saying to me, Mr. Joe, you're saying that the government should be in debt to you forever, to the Native Americans as a whole. You're basically saying that minus $75 from my paycheck every week should go to your guys' tribe. Basically, I'm funding your guys' tribe without my consent. and that makes me feel uneasy. And it's like, yeah, okay, if you wanted me to donate money, I would, but unwillingly against my consent, just because you believe that it should happen forever. I don't know. To me, that doesn't sound right. Again, I'm not gonna be mad at him. It's what he believes. I'm not gonna make fun of him for what he believes. It's what he believes. By all means, I want him to stand by it, because that's what being American is about. But asking me, I don't agree with it.
Danny,
Yes.
you're a very interesting person, and I like that about you.
No, I'll tell you the truth. I've had a horrible, horrible week, and no one has heard me out. And you're the first person who has, so thank you. It's like seriously, like this is actually like really like healthy for me to talk right now. But yeah, normally I don't talk about politics because the main reason because people are so afraid to close themselves out, or it's either they close themselves out or they just get completely hostile. It's like, oh, you don't support this person, blah 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 blah. It's like, oh boy, oh boy. It's rough.
Like,
it's rough.
I know
It's
I'm
rough.
too young, but I do lean towards more Republican than Democrats. But
Mhm.
I don't talk about why Republican is better than Democrats, because I think personally both parties, they're not equally bad, but they're both bad in a sense.
Right.
So that's why I never like talk to like someone else saying like why Democrat is bad and why Republican is good.
Oh, most
I
definitely.
just stand neutral with it.
Like you, I can't even say, oh, Republicans are pure. Like, no, like both sides have their bad people, and even Democrats, they even have good people on their side. I know that. I've met some of them. Like, I know that both sides are not completely good and good. It's not so black and white. It's not so evil and good side. Like, it's not like that. There's bad people on both sides. There's good people on both sides too. What I will say is my experience in high school being a young-minded Republican student in a Californian school in high school. I will tell you, during my junior senior year, I will tell you it was a difficult experience because I remember. So let me just give a little summary about school. So the education system. Do you know what political party controls the education system or no?
The political party isn't that executive?
No. I'm asking, like, do you know if the schools are controlled by Democrats or Republicans? Like, that's what I'm asking. Like, mainly.
Oh, our
Like,
school?
or just the education system as a whole. Do you know?
No, I'm gonna have to look that up.
So, basically, on a whole, Democrats control the education system because the founding fathers gave those rights to the Democratic Party. And the Republican Party controls military, mainly. Like, military divisions and, training and all that. And then Democrat Party controls the education system. So I'm pretty sure there are Republican principles, and I'm pretty sure there are, but like the main party, like they dominate, like the left dominates the education system. So I could even go even deeper on this, but basically, being in school, basically the Democrats, they control the schooling. Which explains why they teach a lot about LGBT and why they teach about a lot of social justice and a lot about inequality. It's because those are left topics, and unfortunately,
okay, yeah, then my school is Republican. Then
well, what do they teach about?
they don't talk anything about communities and anything like that. It's just
Is it like patriotism, like America, like?
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems right. That seems right. Yeah, that's just a Republican thing to do. It would make sense because in Florida it's a Republican state. Oh, California is the most Democratic state. It's either California or New York, one of the two. They're both the Democrats. Anyways, so over here, the main subjects, like when it comes to social issues, it's like LGBT or racial inequality and all that. It's all about, right? But the way that I've noticed it, being a Republican student and a Democrat-dominant schooling system, is that they kind of indoctrinate you a bit. Like I've noticed it. Like they kind of like they're so open to give you left ideas and left desires and all of that. They're also open to like kind of feed it to you. They kind of like exile anything that's Republican leaning. They kind of do. And I noticed like being a student, like it's hard. It's like in a way it feels as if my opinion is inferior. Because the mass majority says, oh, let's do something Democrat, let's do this, and then anytime a Republican student says anything, we get like a glaring look. It's as almost our opinion doesn't matter at all, or what we're saying is bad. And to me, that's unfair. Because when you're in school, I believe, if I ever become a teacher, I believe that you should never, ever indoctrinate your students to think a certain way. Saying,
my
you should never...
doesn't do that.
Okay, that's a good thing. You're lucky. You're super lucky. You should never... Now, okay, the ideas I'm saying are right. The ideas I'm saying are Republican. So, these are opinions. These are Republican opinions, but I do believe they should be instilled. Because this is important. So, in the education system, I believe, as a Republican, I believe that the education system, such as teachers, principals, and all the therapists, the counselors, they should not indoctrinate the students with political ideologies. What they should do is they should educate them on what they are, but let the students dive into it and pick their sides. Do not tell them what's right or wrong. Let the students figure that out. Teach them how to figure things out, and from there, tell them, hey, here's the left who favors this type of stuff, and here's the right who favors this type of stuff, and it's up to you to decide who you are and what you value. But no, what I seen in school was, no, it's either you favor the left or you're, quote, a Nazi. Like, that's how they're really extreme over here. Like, if you don't agree with what they say, they will call you a Nazi or they'll call you bigoted. Like, I've been called bigoted before, and I've never said anything racist in my life. So, like, it just goes to show. And it's funny. It's funny. My skin's not even white. That's a funny thing. But that's a completely different topic. But I'm just saying, like, they're quick to say something about you when you don't agree with their senses, and that's not healthy. Like, if you're like 14, 15, and you're still trying to learn who you are, like, you're going through like a confusing phase in your life. I understand, because I was there too. And the school's telling you, no, you should think this way, not this way. Then you're gonna be even more confused. And once you finish school, you'll be like, what the heck's going on? And you'll be so confused. And eventually, you go to college. Oh my God, I'm so glad I didn't go to college. I'm glad for one main reason, and that's because indoctrination. You go to college in California, you're done. You're going to be, by the way, indoctrination means brainwashing. I don't know if you know. It's like a political term of it. If you're being indoctrinated / if you're being brainwashed, you're going to turn into a zombie, and you will be a model representation of what they believe. Basically a millennial. Basically, yeah, very scary. Yeah. If I'm going to college, I'm going to become a music teacher. That's what I want a dream to be, but nothing else. Like, I don't know how to, like, okay, you're in Florida, so you're in Republican state. They don't have those over there, but I don't know how to describe it. Like, when you're in California, when you're in a Democrat state, they have a lot of these social stuff, like a lot of, like, just a lot of mumbo jumbo. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, it's crazy. It's really crazy. And for some reason, like I said earlier, like, for some reason, the Democrats are so obsessed with racism. Like, it's like their favorite topic to talk about. As a Republican, I don't like to talk about that, because it's like, my opinion about racism is like, okay, yes, we are different colors, but I don't think it should matter. Like, why are we talking about race? We could be talking about other stuff. Like we moved on. Like, we're no longer segregated. No one's no longer slaves anymore. Like, we can grow as people now. We don't need to be worrying about race anymore. Our ancestors went through all that crap already. They already squashed it. Why are we talking about it? But that's my opinion. Left, they think that talking about race is relevant. I don't see how it is, but they think talking about race is relevant, and we should be reminded of that constantly, and basically who has white privilege, who doesn't have white privilege. I'm like, oh my God, that's nasty. So yeah, that's being in Democrat state, that's what you have to deal with all the time. almost in a way of censorship too. Like I'm afraid to say anything. If I go out on the street and say my opinion, I might be ostracized. Like I'm intimidated. Like it's not even funny. Like if you see Antifa or Black Lives Matter, oh my god, I'm gonna run away because no, if I say anything, they're going to kill me. Like it's not even funny. Like Black Lives Matter is the 2020 version of Black Panthers from the 70s. Now, during that time, they had a real reason because they just did the civil rights thing in the 60s. So it's understandable to be on the fence because they just did the whole thing with Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. That's fine. But 40 years later, they're still doing it. Why? I thought we squashed it. I don't know. This is why when I get into politics, I just can't stop talking because there's so many things to talk about.
Oh, you're fine.
It's crazy. I remember I had like a list of topics to talk about for my political channel, but nobody was like buying my channel. Like nobody cares. So I was like, alright. No, I know you did, but I think I set them up in like a cringe way anyway. Oh well. I'm not really good at making videos. I'm good at talking, but not like really editing. Like I don't do that. Maybe one day I could be invited on like a podcast show and I could talk, and I'll let everybody else edit it. You could just have me on there. I'll say what I think. Maybe not. I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, and by the way, Blood Corpse is Republican as well. I'm not sure. Joe, he's kind of left-leaning, but I don't think he's a Democrat. I don't think so. But then again, he might be. Also, by the way, if you believe in something on the right and believe something on the left, that doesn't automatically assign you to a party. Like for example, I'm a Republican and I support LGBT. Doesn't exactly make me a Democrat though. Now, I have limits on the LGBT though. I support them, but I am not like a full supporter. I'm like a half supporter. Because I do believe that if you wish to be with somebody of the same sex, you can. If you want to marry them.
Yeah, I also
I
have an opinion on it.
Sure.
You can also you can also be in love with someone in the same sex with you. Just I don't know why they would be so like wanting everyone to know.
That's right. That's right. Like they're so flamboyant. They're so open. Like they're marching down the street, waving their, tushies. It's like, hey, look at me. Look at me being so gay. It's like, cool, bro. That's nice. But I'm trying to go to work. I want to go to McDonald's. I'm gonna get my sausage McMuffin. Like, put it away, please. There's kids outside. But yeah, like I support. Personally, I'm not going to talk about my sexuality. I'm not gonna say any of that now. I'm not, because I have my own secrets. But I support them because I do think that is right. Now, Republicans back then, I would say in the 50s, they were against LGBT. They thought it was sinful because only man and woman can be together. Now that's the part of my party I don't like. Random fact. I know I can't say on subject. I know. Random fact. Did you know that the Republican Party was the first political party to ever have black people in it? The Democrats did not do that. In fact, the Democrats were slave owners, which is funny. They were the Confederates, and then the Unions were Republicans. But that's like a whole. see how I just jumped conversation. But I know. Confederates were Democrats and Republicans were Union, and it's weird like how the dynamic shift of them being plantation owners to now being like, oh, so freedom. Anyways, I'm getting off track. So basically, in the 1950s, the Republicans were not pro LGBT. They hated LGBT. They thought it was disgusting. That's the part of my party I don't agree with that. That's the one subject of Republicans. That's still too much, because they say, because Lord Jesus, you gotta have, only man and woman because of God. If you don't do that, if you marry the same sex, you go to hell. It's like, okay, I'm not really religious neither. There might be a God, I don't know, but I'm not really. I'm like agnostic. So that's the part of the party I'm like, I'm gonna go to the left on this one because it's like, okay, LGBT. If you want to be same sex, that's fine. The one thing I don't support about the LGBTQ is when you start messing with your hormones. Like when you start taking pills and trying to change your sex to become a transgender, that's when I get a little on the fence. Now, if you want to cross-dress, that's fine. That's fine. But changing your anatomy, your physical body by changing like pills, that's where you kind of lose me a bit, just a bit. Like okay, if a woman wanted to be a man, she takes testosterone pills and tries to become a fake man. Like not she's a trans. I think it's called a trans. Is that a trans male or is that a trans girl? Hold on, wait, hold on. So when it's a girl to a man, is that trans girl or is that trans man? I don't.
Let me think, because my brother is going to that thing.
He is.
It would be yes.
So man to female, what is that called?
It's a
Trans.
very hot topic. Trying to remember. It would be trans. So my brother, he was born of a female, and if he would go through the procedure, they would be known as a trans female.
Oh, so okay, your brother was born a girl. So female to male then, right? Okay. So trans female. Okay, so that's the term. I was looking for the term. Okay. So you put trans and then female, basically the gender that you started with. Okay, I see. Okay, I was always confused of the wording. So that I'm like a little fuzzy on. I believe, okay, if you're a woman and you want to be a guy, so you can be attracted to girls, basically like a lesbian, basically, but a little bit more extreme. But you can cross-dress. You can date a girl. If you're a girl, you can date a girl. That's fine. I don't know. Me personally, I think going through the transition is a little bit too much for me. You kind of lose me there, but that's about it. Well, what do you think about? What do you think about your sister turning to your brother? Like, how do you feel about this?
Obviously, I support my brother.
Okay.
Yeah, but my brother, I feel like he's doing it way too quickly. Like.
What do you mean quickly? Like
he's only 17 now.
Ooh, he should have waited a bit.
No, he's been trying to do this since 13.
Oh my god. Oh no. That's too young. Okay, I don't agree with that.
There's like a lot of.
That's a lot of hormone change. That's a lot.
They haven't took hormones yet.
Oh boy.
So my mom agreed or like supports her, but also has her worries because he wants to take hormones so early, but it could mess up your anatomy. Like.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, because your body is already set on like a routine, like a schedule. To okay, at age 13, age 14, your body's gonna go through these changes. But if if you get new hormones, basically canceling those hormones or mess with them, your body gets confused. Your body will go through a change, and your body be like, what the hell is happening? What do we do? Basically, and it has to follow the new hormones, and your body gets confused. And it may make you sick. Like it may make you may actually get real sick, like start vomiting. Like I don't know, like something may happen. Like I don't know, like your body might just be like, bro, like what's happening? Like what do we do? And they just confused. But it'll do it. Like it'll do the change. It's just your body will be confused. Like it will be a shock, definitely. So you support your sister. That's cool. Would the whole thing? Do you think it's ethical? Like, do you think doing this is okay, or do you think not smart? Me, I don't think it's up. I don't think so. For your born gender, I'll support. I have friends who are transgender. I'll support them. I just don't think it's ethical. But what do you think?
I'm not sure. The topic's too heavy for me.
Okay, I respect that. So I feel so. Yeah, I support LGBTQ. Just the one thing I don't. Well, two things. So it will be that, and it will be everybody who's part of that group. I don't know why they're so intertwined with Black Lives Matter, and I don't know. Like, I don't know why LGBTQ is so prominent with political correctness. I don't know why they're like that. I don't know. It's like I see they want to be heard. I get it, but I don't know. They act like politicians. It's weird. The group itself just acts like I don't know. It's weird. They act like they act like Antifa in a way, but they're not. I don't know. It's complicated. So yeah, that was a topic, and then I remember I had a list of things for my channel. I had a list of things like, for example, I had abortion, I had the death sentence. Like I had like a whole paper of like big topics of political topics. It was abortion, death sentence, it was immigration, it was, what else did I have? I had foreign affairs. I had what else? I got it so political and like today, like I don't think there's anything that I can say today that would be like too political. I already said too many political things today. So what other topic do you want to talk about? I think I'm doing all the talking here, so I'll let you lead a bit. Like what? Well, there's so many things in politics we could talk about since you want to be big brain.
I'm not big brain.
Yeah, you are. No, you're big brain. You're pretty smart.
I'm smart.
Wise.
Wise man once said. I don't know what wise man once said.
Something a wise man would say. I don't know. I'll tell you. I have a couple quotes top of my head. Quote would be, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me." Or, "With great power comes great responsibility." Or, yeah, basically, yeah. Okay, what? I got a topic. So I remember on the paper I had for the channel, it was one of the topics was historical preservation. Do you know what that basically means? Historical preservation is the idea and philosophy of maintaining artifacts of the past that are definitely socially challenging or maybe extremely offensive, and keeping them around and in hopes to either inspire or to change people's minds and basically remind them like, hey, we can't do this no more or something. Do you think by keeping items like this around is a good or bad thing? Basically, like, for example, like these items could be statues, or these items could be like old posters or old things of the past. You know, what would your reason be?
Let me think. Let Tiny Brain Smokey think.
Sure.
Why I want the statues. Like, didn't they trash Abraham Lincoln's and other people's?
They did that a couple years ago, actually. I remember, I don't remember what state it was, but it was in the South. It was somewhere in Charleston, I believe, near Florida. It wasn't in Florida. It was like a state next to Florida. There was a city called Charleston where there was like a whole rampage of people tearing down statues and monuments, graffitiing them, destroying them because, quote, they were racist. Oh yeah, it was definitely in the South because it was a Confederate soldier or Confederate general, I believe, and they tore it down because he was a symbol of racism. Now, see, points like that, you could definitely argue. Like, there are valid points for both sides. Personally, I think I agree. Like, we should keep them up because we need to learn from our mistakes, and we need to recognize, like, you know, like, oh, if this ever happens again, we know what to look for and how it came out to be. And also, history is history. If we don't have any history, there's nothing to learn. And if there's nothing to learn, then it's going to happen again. History will repeat itself if it's not there. So basically, if we never kept any knowledge about Adolf Hitler or the Holocaust, it probably would happen again. It would probably be inspired, It will be told through tales instead of facts. It wouldn't be held in a museum. It would be just told like through folk tale. And who knows? Some crazy racist German guy would be like, "Oh, there was a man. There was a man, great Adolf. He did great things for Germany." And then guess what? There'll be like a following. But see, stuff like that is scary. But if you have it in a statue, then it's like, okay, this man existed. This man did horrible things, and we're going to learn from his mistakes and never do them again. Do you agree?
Why are you so big brain, Danny?
Because I have a lot of time to think, and unfortunately, I've been in a position to where nobody has taught me anything, and when nobody teaches you anything, you have a choice. It's either you act on impulse and do what you so desire, or educate yourself. And what I've done is I taught myself that no matter what it is, there will always be two sides to a story. Always. No matter if the story is popular, no matter if the story is gone, there always will be two perspectives. And I try my best to take information and try to listen to everybody. Try to listen to both sides, because both sides are final. If you only hear to one side, it's called being biased. It's called being impartial. You need to be more open, and you need to hear all the comments and all the criticisms. You have to do all of that. That's just what I believe. These are my personal values. My parents did not teach me any of this. In fact, I don't want to sound mean, but I think I may be on a different level than my parents, because my parents just don't have time for this. They just don't care. Like my parents are the type of people who jump to conclusions extremely fast, and I'm like, wait a minute, no, we have to talk about this, because there has to be a reason to explain everything. If there's not, well, we could try. So, I don't know. If I ever have kids, I'll try my best to. I'll teach them what I know. I'll teach them what I value, but I won't tell them what to think. I'll tell my kids, hey, if you want to know what your dad thinks, I'll tell you what I think. But I'll teach you how to take things in. If you ever want to learn about something, if you want to learn about the other side, okay, I'll tell you how the tricks go, like by being open. But I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you what you need, what you should believe in. That's gonna be up to you. And I'll tell my kids that. That's what I believe. I don't know. If you think that's wrong, tell me. No, you don't think that's wrong? You think I should just teach my kids how to be open and let them choose what they believe in? You think that's good?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I've been told differently. People have told me that, no, you shouldn't let them be free to choose, because they won't know what to do, and they'll just choose something to keep them on track. And I heard people have told me that before, and I was like, really? Are you serious? People in high school have told me that, and they were like leftists. I was like, oh my god, like, are you serious? Like, no, I'm not gonna tell my kids what to think. I'm gonna give them the tools, and I'm gonna let them choose what they believe. If they choose to be a Democrat, then I will support them. They will be my kid, but I will support them. And as long as they are firm with their beliefs, that is what I want them to be. If they truly believe in social equality, if they truly believe in LGBT, they surely believe in income equality, then I'll stand by it. I'll stand by and I'll support them. And I want them to be a firm believer and not get discouraged. What?
So my family, my dad's a Republican, my mom is a Democrat, my sister is a Democrat, my brother's a Republican, I'm a Republican. It's kind of weird. None of my family members forcing me to be to be a Democrat or a Republican. They just kind of just let me do my own thing, which I like. They didn't force anything on me, like I have to do this, I have to do that.
That's beautiful. It's awesome. It's supposed to be that way. You know, there is a party that nobody talks about. People talk about Democrats, people talk about Republicans, but there's another party.
I know there's third parties. It's like the Green Party, the Liberal Party, Soviet.
No.
Communist.
Well, actually, there's the Communist Party USA. Actually, I have a funny story about that too. But yeah, so there is a third party, and that main one. Well, you said Green Party, but the main third party is actually called the Libertarians.
Yeah,
Now,
liberals. I
liberals,
know I
yeah.
said liberals, but
Do you know what the liberals actually are, though?
I'm pretty sure it's like Republican and Democrat.
Yep.
Mixed in the same thing.
Yep, you got it. Yep, they're a breed,
I knew.
basically. Yep. People, it's funny. Like it's like a meme, basically. People say liberals that like, oh, you stupid Democrats and liberals. Like it's a meme, but in reality, liberals are a combination of Democrats and Republicans. Like I'm pretty sure there's been many times like I've crossed the line between that. So if anything, like if we like really came down to, I'm not full Republican because it's about the LGBT thing and about like certain issues. I'm not full Republican. I'm definitely not a Democrat. Like if I had to pick. So okay, so if I had to make a spectrum, so imagine in your mind there's a spectrum, like a line. So on the left on the left side there is hardcore Democrat, then there's Democrat, and then there is medium Democrat, and then libertarian, and then on the right side there is libertarian, and then there's light Republican, and hardcore Republican. So where would I be? I feel I would be in the I would say not the libertarian is the middle. I would say I'll be on the light Republican spectrum. So I wouldn't be a hardcore Republican, no, because some things are extreme, such as if you're a hardcore Republican, then that means that you are a scary philanthropist. I guess it's a hard word. Philanthropist. I can't say that word. Basically, you're like a scary entrepreneur who does not believe in tax regulation like at all. So basically, if you're a hardcore Republican, that means you believe in monopoly, and monopoly is a bad thing. Have you ever played the game Monopoly? Yes, you have.
Yeah.
So what's the thing about Monopoly that's bad?
When you land on people's houses, properties, you have to pay for it.
Right, but there is a lesson in Monopoly that nobody knows except the makers, and it's a lesson that I mean everybody participates in it, but nobody knows it. He did, but I don't think I watched it, but I'm pretty sure him and I are going to come to the same conclusion. The goal of Monopoly is to monopolize the board. The goal is to take over everything. Have your houses, buy everything. That's Monopoly. Now, oh my god, a Democrat would hate that. That's like the worst thing ever. So in real life, monopolies are companies that own the means of production. When you say own means of production, people think of communism because that's like a meme. But when you own the means of production, that means you own everything that has to do with that resource. So, for example, if you own the means of oil, you own every oil manufacturer in the world, and that's called a monopoly. Good thing we don't have monopolies, though. We try our best to not do that. We have government regulation laws that prevent those kinds of things from happening. So there's a reason why there's like 5 different companies. There's a reason why I'll name a company for you. There's a reason why we have McDonald's, Burger King, and Carl's Jr. Why? Because those companies make burgers. Now, if it was only McDonald's, then that means they would have a monopoly over burgers, right? They would be the burger chain. They would be the only ones serving burgers. Now, if they were the only ones serving burgers, then that means that nowhere in the world you can buy burgers except McDonald's. So in reality, if you wanted a burger, you only can go to McDonald's. So McDonald's can raise their prices on burgers, and they can manipulate the price. But because we don't have a monopoly on burgers, we have multiple chains such as Carl's Jr. and what was the other one I said? Burger King. Because we don't have a monopoly, those other chains can sell burgers, and because they can sell burgers, the price will go down. And there's a thing called competition. So basically, let's say McDonald's is selling a burger for $3, but Burger King is selling the same burger for $2.50. That means people are going to buy that one more. So that's going to make McDonald's lower their price. And that encourages competition. That makes all the companies on a stable plateau. And competition's a good thing. Hardcore Republicans will tell you that's bad, but that's only because they're money hungry. Don't listen to, like, there are nasty people for our party. There are nasty Republicans in our party. Trust me. Did you? Okay, let me just stop before I keep going. Did you understand anything I said, or was it too much? Big brain.
25%.
Okay, what did you get from?
The laws that prevents monopoly. This is what I got.
What prevents monopoly?
Our regulation laws.
Right. And why do we have laws?
So give me a rundown.
So
You're going too fast.
I'm sorry, see? I'm sorry, I get passionate about
Too
politics, I'm sorry.
big brain.
I'm sorry. Basically, competition. So, basically, the fact that McDonald's doesn't sell their burgers for $10 is because there's other burger chains. But if they did, it's only because they own the means of production, meaning they're the only burger producer in the world, which is not true. Thankfully, they're not. So yeah, Democrats would hate, they hate monopolies, and as a Republican, I hate monopolies too. Monopoly, it doesn't have to be burgers, it could be let's see, it could be water companies, or it could be soda companies. Let's do soda companies. Like if Coca-Cola was the only soda manufacturer in the world, the same rules would apply. They would make Coca-Cola so expensive because they can. Why? Because there's no regulation laws and there's no other company challenging them or threatening them to compete. That's why. So that's why I would be a light Republican, not a hardcore Republican. I wouldn't do that. Republican. So basically, okay. So there's light Republican. Well, okay. There's actually real terms for these. I'm just summarizing it. The term is called conservative, and the term for a Democrat is called a leftist. Now, a conservative, it's called being an extreme conservative, a conservative, and a moderate conservative. I put in the videos, and I'm still am to this day, I'm considered a moderate conservative. And then after that is libertarianism, liberals. I'm not a liberal, but I'm on the right, so I'm a moderate conservative because I value a few things on the a few things, but not complete monopoly and anti-LGBT like the Republicans do. So, are conservative. Libertarians believe in one thing, and that's the middle ground, and that's called constitutionalism. The belief of what the Constitution stands for. That's why we read that in school, or we go over the thing. I pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, because that is libertarianism. Every party obeys that. Democrats are not that different from us though, which is funny. They're not. They agree. We disagree with them. That goes back to the point I was talking about the war thing a long time ago. Like we're not that different. We do differ, but we're not that different. It's funny.
Facts.
Yeah, we're not that different. But we are, but we're not. That's why being American, a libertarian, is beautiful. We get to coexist. So, did you enjoy talking about? Is that fun?
Yes.
I actually had fun talking about that one. That was better than the LGBT talk we had in the other ones. I was like really excited about the Monopoly. Oh yeah, Monopoly competition. Blah, 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 blah. I got really excited. It was pretty fun, I know.
Can't wait to tell this to my father. Very
so you say your father's Republican, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that goes back to my point. But let me talk. So, your father, what would you say to him?
He doesn't dick suck Republicans.
He doesn't what?
He's in the middle. Because he does like Republican and he does like Democrats. It's like
he's a libertarian, basically. He's a libertarian, a mix of both, basically.
Yeah.
I'm not a mix of both, though.
He says I feel you're exactly. You're my dad.
Would you? I'm your dad. Would you think me and your dad would be like almost identical on beliefs?
Yes.
Is he a proud American? Does he love the country?
He does.
Yeah. I will admit there are flaws, but I do love this place. So that goes back to my points, and I made a point that you made actually, and you said that your family was like basically a split of Democrats and Republicans, and they didn't make you choose, which is beautiful. However, my family was different. I would say 95% of my family is, guess which one? Do you think they're Democrats or Republicans? They were Democrats, that's right, good job. Yes, 95% of my family are Democrats. And the only person who's Republican is my father, which is ironic. But I didn't become a Republican because of him. I became a Republican because I just rejected the ideals of, democratism, leftism. I just rejected that. But yeah, it is awkward because the whole family's like, "Oh, why do you believe in this? Why do you do this?" Like, and then they assume I'm like misguided. They do this to my father too. Like I remember I had Christmas dinners and like Thanksgiving. Like me and my dad, we sit next to each other, and then we'll be at the family dinner with like everybody else, and they would just like talk to us. Like we were always the subject. When it was anything political, we were always the subject. It's like, "Oh, why do you guys believe in this?" It's like, wow, like way to. Like, geez, like, it was weird. It was family. It was just weird. But, anyways, so, my family, basically, they tried, making me a Democrat. Basically, when I was younger, I was basically like a Democrat in training, and so, a hardcore Christian, which is weird because Democrats are not religious. But my family were hardcore religious Democrats. But now I'm older, I'm agnostic. I'm an agnostic Republican, which is kind of the opposite of that, which is odd. But it's possible. It's possible. I'm not full Republican because I don't believe in like sucking up to God. So I hate to say it, but that's just the truth. That's my truth, not factual. I'm not gonna get into religion right now. But Steve mentioned something about teachers brainwashing. Remember there was a story about, oh yeah, about the, no, wait, hold on. No, not that story. Oh, remember when you said that those, right, remember we're talking about third parties, Green Party, Libertarian Party, the Communist Party? Remember that? Okay. Funny story. Actually, I would say like early junior year, indoctrinized so much by my teachers that I nearly almost applied for the Communist Party USA. I almost made that my political party, like legally. I almost did. Because at that time, I believed that, we were of the working class, and I believed that there was injustices of racial. That's what I believed at the time. High school was weird. I had a weird change in high school. I believed that, and I almost made myself a Democrat, but like an extreme Democrat, like a communist. Like I almost did, but I took a step back, and that's when I took like a dramatic turn, and I went from being like nearly a communist to almost a full-blown Republican in like a year. It was complicated. Only reason, yeah, and the only reason why I took that change, well, the only reason why it was just I don't know. It's just like I actually took a step back. Thought to myself, is this what I'm believing, or is this what my teacher's telling me to believe? Californian indoctrination is a big issue here. Teachers are known for doing that here. Principals, teachers, like to tell you what to believe. They like teachers will go to like, let's say if you're like a white man or white male or white female, Caucasian, they'll go up to you and they'll tell you that you have white privilege. Like they'll do that. Like they'll guilt trip you for no reason, just because of race.
Oh, my school never does that.
Yeah, because you're Republican state. Thankfully, I would kill to be in like in Florida. I would love to be in Florida. All it is just patriot Americans and old people. Sounds like paradise. And the crocodiles. That's about it. So, but yeah, that's what they did here. So yeah, I almost became a communist. Almost did. And actually, that's a good topic. Communism is just basically extreme democratism. Do you know what communism is, though? Like, down to the core? Yeah, we're gonna start another topic, because I'm on a roll today.
I'm trying to remember.
Is your brain gonna explode? Okay, I'll give you time to remember. Sure.
So, it's like, anyone can own any business, right?
I want you to explain that better, because that doesn't make sense. So what do you mean anyone can? What do you mean anyone could own any business? What does that mean?
I'm not sure, Danny.
Okay, so no. Okay, so basically, you remember how I was telling you about the whole spiel about are you not entitled to the sweat of your brow? Like that has a big role here now. So basically, remember, okay, so his name is John, right? We're gonna use John again. So basically, I said, talking about Republic stuff, Republic issues, I was talking about how John goes to work 9 to 5, he works and he pays taxes. Fair. Now, and then the question was, oh, is he not entitled to sweat of his brow? Why does he have to give money? Now, if John was a communist, that would happen undoubtedly against his will. And what would happen is every single person would not have equal opportunity. They would have equal end. So we go back to that same topic, just the whole thing switched now. So if you're like a Republican or constitutionalist or a libertarian, you would believe that we should have equal opportunity but not equal beginning. But if you're a communist, what you believe is it doesn't matter where you come from or how you start, it matters how you end. So basically, it doesn't matter if you put in 40 hours of work. It doesn't matter if you help the sick or you hurt somebody. All that matters is at the end of the day, everybody's gonna get paid $10. That's it. It does not matter. It does not matter at all what you do or how much work you put in. It doesn't matter because everybody's gonna be working the same amount. Everybody's gonna be working the same job, working the same stuff. Nobody's gonna be economically able to progress. So in a capitalist society, which we are, right? If you work hard enough, and if you put a lot of work into your work, a lot of dedication, if you save your money, you can be able to invest and you be able to buy your own home and succeed. You could become a millionaire in this country if you worked really hard. In a communist country, you can't, because what they do is that they prioritize the weakest and the most poorest person in that country every day. Like that's like their primary focus. Let's say 20 people are making $10 and one person's making $18. That $18 person will get extra money pulled from every single person until everybody is getting paid the same thing. It is like taxes, but like extreme, and it is not fair at all. Nobody gets to progress. Like it's like your typical depressing 1950s Russia. Like that's what communism is, and it's because the left wants to push for equality, but equality, in my opinion, should be about equal opportunity, not equal outcome. Like hey, if I put in the work, I should become a millionaire, not Bob who's outside on the street. Look, if he wants to become a millionaire, I believe he can do it. But I don't believe he should become a millionaire just because it's equal, but because he should because he should work for it. Now, I currently don't have a job. I do not believe I should become a millionaire just because I'm doing nothing. No, I believe I should become a millionaire because I work for it. That's what I believe. Down to my heart, I believe that. So if I put my own work in, if I have the sweat from my brow, then I'm entitled to it. But as of now, I'm not entitled to it. I'm gonna keep it that way until I work for it. So communism is basically taking all those social injustices, all those social issues, and just ramping it up more. Like, oh, you're Native American, oh, you're African American. Okay, we're gonna like give you like so much benefits now because we feel your pain. And if you're a Caucasian male, or if you're not even male, if you're just Caucasian, it could be a female too. If you're Caucasian, we're gonna strip you of your rights. Like, it's bad stuff. Like, it's actually like, I know this sounds like very like it kind of sounds biased a bit, but I really wish I wasn't. Like, the means of production. So we talked about extreme Republican stuff, about the monopoly thing, about how if you're extreme Republican, you can one company can own all of the rights to that thing. Now, communism, nobody can own any rights. So basically, if you wanted to become a business person, if you wanted to have your own donut shop, for example, under communism, you can't, because that is called personal rights. Personal business. You can't have your own business.
Technically correct in a kind.
Huh?
Wait, I said like you cannot own your own business.
Oh, that's what you said? Like, oh, I was so confused what you said. Yeah, like so technically you're, you technically you're right. technically you were right. Sorry, I guess I probably missed that part. Yeah, you are right. You can, under communism, you cannot own your business, because if you own a business, that means you're progressing, and that means if you're progressing, that means somebody else is without, and if somebody else is without, then that means you're a bigot. So I know it's like that's like messed up, but it's the truth.
What's
The
that?
government,
What's a bigot?
the bigot is basically a ignorant racist person. That's a term. Like, if you're a Democrat, you'll most likely you'll hear that word from Democrats. Republicans don't say that word. We don't have time for words like that. That's basically a slur. We don't care. Like, we're not gonna say things like that. Leftists and Democrats will say terms like racist or bigot or I don't know. I'm just saying. So basically, what I'm saying is I'm using satire. Basically, I'm basically using satire by saying like, oh, under communism, if you own a business, you're a bigot. Basically, in reality, do I believe that? No. No, I believe if you own that business, if you put your work into it, that's your business. And if you make profit, that's your profit. That's your sweat right there of your brow. That's yours. But under communism, nobody owns business. You know who owns the business? The government owns the business. They own it. They own the means. Under communism, the government owns everything. And you know what that means? That means no restrictions. So it's just as bad. So basically, at the far end of conservatism, republic stuff, the most extreme you can get is one man owning the means of production. And at the extreme of communism, it's a group of elites owning the means of production and of your life. So really, they're both bad. No man should be entitled to everything, which is Republican. No man, that's bad. And no group of people should be able to control your lives. They shouldn't be able to tell you where to go, where to work, what you'll be provided, how you should eat. Communism, they do stuff like that. Like, they tell you like what dorm you live in, and they basically baby you, basically, because they think the government controls you like a puppet. And if you're a conservative, you have a lot of economic freedom, but too much freedom. There's a reason why we have restriction laws, because if you have too much freedom, that means you could do nasty things such as a monopoly. So that's what I'm saying. So both sides have their sins. Communism is bad because I really don't want the government to tell me what to do, and I really don't want them telling me that I can't progress because Jimmy on the sidewalk doesn't work. So now I'm gonna have to suffer. No, I think that's complete BS. That's malarkey. I believe, again, sweat the brow thing. So yeah, communism is a bunch of BS. When I was a junior year, I really fell for that Joseph Stalin stuff. Like, I really fell for that Vladimir Lenin. I read there's a book. It's called The Communist Manifesto. It was by a man named Karl Marx, and it was the philosophy of communism. And it was basically, if you hear the word socialism and communism are the same thing. Socialism is just a modern day version of it. It's the American version, basically. So if you hear someone, just be careful. Just remember that term. If somebody in politics or like Joe Biden says, "Oh, we need socialism," or Kamala Harris says socialism, they're talking about communism. So be careful. So yeah, just stay away from things like that. What do you call it? Yeah, for sure. Are you being sarcastic? What are you doing?
I was being sarcastic.
Oh. No, I'm not making fun. I'm just saying, just stay away from things like that. Don't mock me. Yes, they are bad, but don't mock me. God, I'm just trying to educate here. But yeah, junior year, I read the book. I have a lot of philosophy books, by the way. Like, I have somewhere in my house that has like 30, 40 books of philosophy books. I read all of them. This maybe explains why I'm big brain. Just a tiny bit. Nobody forced me to read these books.
Okay.
I read these books, yes. I read books about nihilism. Yeah, I read books about economics, about nihilism. I read books about egotisticalism. I read books about the art of war. So that's probably why I know so much. I'm patting myself on the back here. It's probably why I do. Because, yeah. It's because I taught myself to. I went out of my way. I bought these books, and I wanted to educate myself and expand my horizons a bit, rather than just having someone tell me what to think. I wanted to read something and see if I believe it or not. Some of my books, I'm like, have you ever heard of the book called Mein Kampf? Yeah. No. Well, it's a German book, and in English it's called My Struggle. Do you know who the author is?
Hitler.
That's right. Yeah, I have a copy of Hitler's book. It's horrible. That man was actually insane, but I I hate to say this, he did make a couple points though. I'm not gonna lie, he did make a couple points. He just did it horribly. He did it horribly. I'm not no, okay. I don't want this to be me justifying him. It's just like, oh yeah, Hitler was good. No, he was a bad person. Okay, but there was a couple of things he made. Okay, it was okay. Okay, now we're gonna talk about this for some reason. So I remember reading from his book. It was him writing it. Okay, and he described that the state of Europe in 1930, before World War II. Right, he was arrested because he was teaching about these ideas about getting rid of the Jews and getting rid of all of them, and basically racism. And he was saying that these people were destroying Germany. These people were hurting the lives of the German citizens, and they were affecting their economy. And not only that, it was that on top of what happened for World War One, which was basically after World War One, Germany lost the war, and you know what the countries did? They dismantled Germany one by one. They basically said the UK, France, Italy, Russia. They're like, hey, World War One, that's Germany's fault. They basically tore Germany apart, and Germany went into like a Great Depression. But before we went into our Great Depression in 1930. Germany went into theirs in 1920s. They were bad though. Theirs is worse than ours. And basically, out of the light, Hitler served in the war, so he's seen what happened. He basically came out and he was like one of those people. He was speaking for Germany, and I hate to say it, during World War II, what he did was bad, but Germany was in a very good place. They were not homeless. The people actually had lives. It was just the methods that he did that was very questionable. I'm not gonna stand by him because of that, but that's what I'm saying is like that goes back to my story. That goes back to what I said a long time ago, is that everything has two sides to a story, and going around saying that Hitler hated the Jews just because they were Jews, that was not entirely true. Now, he was part Jewish. I don't know if you knew that. His mother was Jewish. That's right. So he was Jewish. So he didn't hate them because of the race. He hated them because of what happened to his country, and it would be like the same thing if there was some kind of attack in the United States and an American wanted to defend that. Basically, it would be like the same principle. But that man, he made life good in Germany, but there's also a lot of stories about Germany being bad to German citizens, so that story doesn't hold up very well. I mean, he did make a good point, some good points, but it didn't really stand up too well against the other ones. And I read a book about this guy from 1600s who wrote a book about nihilism, and he was complete cuckoo, basically talking about anarchy and what it means to just let go and just go free and just let your inner demons go out. I'm like, Jesus, that guy's that guy's pretty bonkers. Holy cow. And I read a book about it was I can't think of the name, but it was just about glory to God. Basically, it's like a philosophy dedicated to being servants of the Catholic God and all of that. It's basically, summary, I have a ton of books I read, and then I have a book of supply and demand, United States economics, that taught me how money works, and that's probably why I know a lot about taxes. It was funny. I know how taxes work. I don't know how to apply for them though. I don't know how to actually apply for the forms. I don't know how to use the forms, but I know how money works. It's odd. I wish school taught you that. Yeah. Okay.
I actually did.
What do you mean?
6th grade, we had this class called Career and Tech, where the teacher would teach you about like real life stuff, like how to apply for a job, how to do taxes, how to apply for taxes. I don't remember that part.
Gee, I wish I had that. That sounds awesome.
Things.
Yeah. See, see, that's the thing I wish the education system would do. I wish they would do more things like that. See, this is why I'm so jealous of Republican states. I wish I was there. Everything's cheaper, everything's more logical, everything's better. But oh well. I'm stuck over here. Oh well, stinky. Uh-oh. But yeah, see, classes like that seem very important to learn. But then again, it's up to the student, it's up to the individual to choose if they believe in said things or not. Now, my voice is getting tired, so is there another topic like talk about? Any thoughts about that whole Hitler thing I went on about?
Let's see. So I heard
Sauce I went there.
I heard that Hitler worked with I don't remember the guy's first name, but his last name was Porsche. He made this car for the people that everyone could afford. I don't remember what it was for. Going back to what you're saying, he kind of made Germany like a good place for his citizens to, you know, live. So he made like a car that's affordable for everyone. I forgot what it's called. It's like the I don't know, some German or Busenstagen.
Oh, are you talking about the Volkswagen? Because the Volkswagen is a German car.
I know, but there was another German car.
You said Porsche? That's a Porsche car. It's Porsche. I mean, like, it's like how the American car owner Henry Ford made the Ford company. So maybe something Porsche is a Porsche company then. Maybe.
He worked with the guy Porsche. I don't remember his first name, but he's the guy that, you know, how everyone is like Lamborghini. His last name is Lamborghini. Last name's Ferrari.
Right.
So he worked with him because he kind of cared for his people, and they wanted like everyone to have affordable cars, so they made this Porsche car. I don't know what it's called though. I don't know.
Right. And then, so it's like, it was like a sacrifice. Like, yeah, like he did good for his country. I mean, I honestly don't know what it was like to be in 1920s Germany after post World War One, because everybody there must have felt like they were like victims. Because imagine all the surrounding countries you live by were tearing your country apart because they quote blamed you for the war, which in reality it wasn't their fault. Like in reality it was a Serbian terrorist in Austria who assassinated the dude. Remember I said that earlier from the Christmas truce thing. He assassinated him because he was a nihilist supporter. He was like an anarchist, and he just wanted to cause anarchy. Like he was like a terrorist. And Germany sided with their allies. Their ally happened to be Austria, and they sided with them. So basically, they went on the defense, and the allies went on the offensive, and they lost. The allies won. We are the allies, so we won. And we tore Germany apart. We stole their gold. We stole everything. Like we tore them apart badly because for the 4-year war of just trenches, and it was bad. I mean, Europe was already destroyed from the bombs, and we just went in and just took their economy away. So I don't know. I don't even know what post Germans from 1920s must have felt. They must have felt like off. I don't know. That's off enough to freaking make another war. Obviously, they pissed. What do you call it? Also another thing. Hitler did he did probably the biggest troll anyone I could think of did in history, and that was in 1932, I believe, where he set the German parliament building on fire. He did that.
Explain what that is.
The parliament. Sorry, I'm like I feel like I have to cough for some reason. The German parliament building is basically the German version of the White House, kind of.
Oh, I see. He
so
burnt it down?
he hired people to burn it down in secrecy, but nobody knew who burnt it. And Hitler came out of nowhere, and he was like, the Jews did it. He blamed on the Jews, and everybody bought it. And you know what happened from that? The people voted him as chancellor, which means he's basically like the president now. Like he got elected into office. Like this was like a 1 year after he got out of prison. Like this man had like goals. Like he purposely burned down the building just so he can frame the Jews. Now that part, I think that's when he went too far. That was even before World War II. But that doing stuff like that, that's when it's like, okay, this man's obviously like he makes good points, but his methods were like unethical. Now he just blamed the Jews for everything, and that's why he's like racist. Like, oh, it was the Jews that did this. It was the Jews. Like he's somewhat right, but like, he's like making lies at the same time. It's like I can't trust him. Dude. What the hell? He's lying. Like, yeah, he was just completely deranged. And then freaking, huh?
You go. You're saying.
Oh, okay. So yeah, after World War II, freaking Stalin came in and he was like, "Oh, okay." It was so screwed up. I never understood that. Stalin was so against the Holocaust, right? But after World War II, he did the same thing he did. And he was like, "All right, everybody from Auschwitz, all right, okay, guys, come out of the camps. Okay, get on my train." And everybody's like, "What?" It's like, "No, yeah, we're going to Gulag." It's like the same thing. It's so messed up. Like Stalin, how could you do that? That's so mean. Like, oh, he's talking. Oh, Hitler's so unethical. He put people in camp, make them work, and that after the war, it's like, oh yeah, get on Soviet train. We go to work in oil mine. Go, choo choo. Yeah, this is bad. It's just funny. Just villains are I'm calling them villains like they're from Batman or something. The dictator's just bad. Anyways, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna ask you 2 questions.
Sure.
Let's go with the lighter one first. Since it's basically 4 a.m. for me, should I either go to bed or go eat cereal? Because I'm hungry.
I say you should go eat cereal and go to bed. You should never go. You should never go to bed too. You should never go to bed hungry.
Now my second question is, who do you think who actually killed John F. Kennedy? Like, who's behind it?
Ooh, that's a good one. Well, the rumor goes it was Lee Harvey Oswald, and he was supposed to be a Soviet assassin. Now, there's other rumors. Lee Harvey Oswald was never portrayed as American. However, there are theories that say that the Central Intelligence Agency, A.K.A. the CIA, also assassinated Kennedy before the Soviet did. Which, you know what? I really don't know. I have no idea who killed Kennedy. I don't know. Like, the CIA thing is just as believable as Lee Harvey Oswald. I watched that video many times too. Like I've seen where Kennedy gets shot in the car, and yeah, it's pretty gruesome. It reminds me though. Fun fact about that. So John F. Kennedy, right? Do you know what car? Hold on. I want to see if I phrase this right. Do you know what car Kennedy was shot in? It's a weird question, I know, but do you know?
Give me a sec. Yeah, no.
Are you cheating? You searching it up?
Give me a sec.
Okay.
He was in. Okay. 1961. I don't know how to pronounce that. Lincoln. I don't know. Just tell me, because I don't know how to pronounce that.
No, okay. So he was shot in a Lincoln car, right? Okay, stay on the browser. So JFK was assassinated, shot in the head, in a 1964 Lincoln car. Okay. Now, do you know how President Lincoln was assassinated?
Yeah, in the back of the head by Will something Booth. I don't remember.
Yeah, John Wilkes Booth. That's right. But do you know where they were?
They were at a
Google it.
It's either 2 options. It's either a theater or a politician place. But I'm going with theater.
It was a theater. Google what the name of the theater was.
Okay, okay. He was in the Ford's Theater.
Are you sure you read that right?
I might be saying that wrong. Fords.
Oh, no.
It says on the night of April 14th, 1865, President Abraham Lincoln was shot in the Ford's Theater by John Wilkes Booth. He died in the early hours of April. What the
Hold on. Damn it, hold on. Maybe I got my information wrong. Hold on, I'm gonna Google something right now.
Does that say Fords? I might be saying that wrong, to be honest. Look, I'm gonna send you in the Discord there. For a panda bear.
Damn. Maybe, wait, hold on. Okay, I'm getting, I'm having,
President here?
I'm having a Mandela effect right now. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. This is weird.
Cigarette.
I'm having a weird Mandela effect.
Oh? What do you mean? What's being Mandela'd?
Mandela effect.
No, I know what it means. But
You do?
What is making you think that it's being Mandela'd?
Well, okay. Well, 10 years ago, actually, I was probably say I heard it many times. You know, I was taught from either family or from school that President Lincoln was shot in a Kennedy theater, and John F. Kennedy was shot in a Lincoln car. And that was supposed to be like one of those like really cool fun facts in like history. But I looked it up too, and it says Ford Theater, and I'm like, wait, hold on. It's like, oh, that's like a Mandela effect. Like, wait a minute, like that doesn't make sense. I'm pretty sure I've seen it say Kennedy before, but it says Ford now. That's strange. It's really strange. I know. I'm like tripping.
Lincoln assassinated in the Kennedy Theater.
Yeah, ask that, because I'm like, wait, hold on. It's never.
It comes up with Ford Theater.
Okay, that doesn't make sense. That does not make sense at all. Like, I'm actually
I heard something about that.
Okay, so it's not only just, I'm not like crazy or anything. You heard that before, right?
You heard
yeah.
Before.
Yeah, it's like a theory. It's like a common theory. President John F. Kennedy was shot in the head. It was assassinated in the head in a Lincoln car, and President Abraham Lincoln was assassinated in the head as well, but in the Kennedy Theater. Isn't that so weird? It's like a name switch. But I guess it was Ford then. Never mind. I don't know. I recently watched a video about a man. His name is Mr. Seymour, and he was on a show called I Got a Secret in the 1950s, and apparently he's seen Abraham Lincoln get assassinated. That's so weird. He was like over like 100 years old. Like, what the hell? I don't know. That just reminded me of that. Interesting. Is there any more questions you had?
But when I do search up Kennedy Theater and Abraham Lincoln in the same sentence, it comes up with conspiracy theories about their connection.
There's a lot of weird things about. I think it's Lincoln and Kennedy. They both have 7 letters in their name. They both were Republican presidents, which is fact. They both were I don't know. It's like they have a lot of facts. There's a lot of weird coincidence between the presidents, and they were both assassinated in the 60s. Abraham Lincoln was assassinated in 1865. Lincoln was and then Kennedy was assassinated in 1963. So both 60s, which is weird, in the head. I don't know.
Just a
weird
coincidence, Danny.
So,
you're putting too much thought into it. How can they,
I mean, it's like weird.
Even if that was true, that it was the Kennedy Theater, how would they know the 35th? How would they know John F. Kennedy was gonna be a president?
No, it's just bizarre. Like what if it was the Kennedy Theater, right? He got shot in. Okay, then imagine a President Lincoln, okay, gets shot in the Kennedy Theater, and imagine 100 years later, we have a president named Kennedy, you know, that's based off of the theater President Lincoln was shot in, and that president so happens to be shot in a car named Lincoln. Isn't that weird? That's weird. That's a weird coincidence. And they both get shot in the head. That's a weird coincidence. No way. And they were both shot at happy events too. Lincoln was in the theater. He was laughing and smiling. And same thing for Kennedy. He was on a parade. He was happy. That's a weird coincidence. So weird. That is so weird. Did you realize that there's never been an open parade for a president ever since Kennedy got shot? They don't do that anymore. Yeah, because it's Kennedy. Because of Kennedy. No longer can a president sit on their car and wave to the crowd. Fun fact, I did that in high school. I did that while I was during a homecoming. I was a homecoming sweetheart, and I freaking did the Kennedy wave. Yeah, you remember? Okay, cool. I tell a lot of people about this story. Oh, someone joined the stream. Oh, Joe Boy Gaming's here. Wow. Joe says Lincoln survived the headshot. The doctor killed him. No way. I ain't talking political theory. Now it's conspiracy.
No, I agree with Joe here.
You agree with Joe?
Something. It's like.
So Lincoln survived the headshot? No way.
Yeah.
That was from the back, from like a revolver.
Yeah.
Imagine the power.
It, but the doctor, I don't know. I'm trying to think about it because I watched a video about like how every president died, and it's.
Oh yeah, I did too.
I did get shot in the back of the head, but that did not kill him.
Wow. Wow. Oh man, imagine. Wow. Did you, I remember President Roosevelt. He got shot in the chest, and while he was on stage, and he still gave that speech. He didn't die from that. Teddy Roosevelt, he was a tank. Like, he took over the freaking Dominican Republic. Teddy Roosevelt, it was a tank. He was scary. He's the man on the Mount Rushmore. Is that powerful? Well, no, yeah, I think. So George Washington, Lincoln, Roosevelt, and I think Jefferson was on that too. That's right.
Okay, so if I can remember correctly, yeah, probably not. One of the presidents, James Madison.
Yeah, I think he's the third president. Why am I coughing?
It's either James Madison or someone else. I cannot remember. But like, someone walked up to him and like pulled out a gun and misfired, and then he pulled out another gun and misfired, and then they took down the guy that was trying to kill him, and then they went to go test out both the guns and they both shot. It was like such a high possibility,
and they both
missed. Such a low possibility that both the guns break.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they test them, they work perfectly fine.
They jammed. Weird, as I know, it's a weird possibility. If you want to know somebody who survived a lot of assassinations, look up Fidel Castro's count. I think he had like 160 assassination attempts, and he survived all of them. Like the dictator in Cuba. Oh, he's gone now. He passed. I remember when he passed away, but that's a lot. That's a lot of assassination attempts, and for him to survive, lucky man. He's like the Mexican. No, he's like the Cuban version of Theodore Roosevelt, basically. Powerhouse, crazy, insane. But yeah, I remember my dad used to tell me this fact over. You always talk about the Kennedy Lincoln thing. He was like, my dad was like kind of conspiracy theorist on this thing. I remember this was like a fact he taught me. It's something I won't forget. It's like, oh yeah, okay, if it's Ford Theater, whatever. I'm so gonna tell people it's Kennedy, because why not? It's a cool fact.
So is it true? I'm not sure that they're gonna tell us who actually killed John F. Kennedy in 2056.
No, they're not gonna tell us that, because I feel like there was at the height. 1963 was the height of the Cold War. That was like a time when Soviet relations was high too, and Russia was a threat. And the involvement of the CIA and the Social Security, my god, what's the word? I can't think of the word. But the Department of Defense, it was so high. I highly doubt that they would ever release that kind of information. And there's been so many theories about what position the car was going, and what angle, what building Oswald shot the sniper, and it's like, it's been done over and over and over, and there's always something that comes up that's like, no, this doesn't make sense. It's a fake story. Huh.
Have you ever, you have Netflix too?
Yeah, I have Netflix.
Have you ever seen, it's like this show, it's called The Umbrella Academy?
I haven't, but I've heard of it. I think I've seen it, but I haven't watched it.
You should definitely.
What was it about?
I don't want to spoil it, but there's scenes where they go back into the past, and one of them wants to save John F. Kennedy, and the other one's like, you have to let John F. Kennedy die.
Oh,
and no
it's
matter
like that.
what he did, like he took out the guy that was gonna shoot John F. Kennedy, but he still died from another shot from somewhere else.
Oh, that's cool. I'm not saying murder is cool, but I'm just saying that it seems like a cool episode. Yeah, I'd watch it. I don't care if you spoiled it. I want to watch it now. It's like, yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense, because I think Kennedy was probably supposed to die. I mean, there's like, such a weird setting to go Dallas, Texas, right? And you're exposed in a car like that, sitting on top of the car like that. That's weird. Like, I mean, maybe he wanted to ride like that. I don't know. It's possible, but maybe it was just meant he was gonna die that day. He just didn't know. Like, maybe, I don't know. JFK was involved in a lot of things. Like, JFK was a good leader, but maybe the CIA wasn't like feeling that. Maybe they thought he was like a real threat, so they had to take him out. Or maybe he was just Oswald. Maybe he just got lucky. 360 no scope on him. Ooh, kill him! I don't know. Someone's watching the stream though. I think it's Joe. I don't know. Is that you?
Show yourself. Me? I'm not here.
Yeah, he put a eye emoji, and Lincoln survived the headshot, and he said the doctor killed him. That's all he said. And Mr. Duck said turtle, but that was like a long time ago, I think. Yeah, I don't know what. Oh yeah, Joe's still watching. He's here. He's here for the late night conspiracy. Joe, if you want to, you can join the party. We can talk about this. I don't know why. This is like the most political stream I've ever had in my life. And I'm actually surprised that I'm gonna let this go through. I mean, it's just Fall Guys. I mean, who would? It just says Fall Guys on the title.
That's just a cover up for.
It's just a cover up for talking about the assassination of a president. Oh god, maybe I'm on like a blacklist now of secret service is watching me or something. I don't know. Fall Guys, no.
That guy's just shooting Fall Guys. He's definitely not leaking all his secrets.
Suspicious. Maybe. I don't know. Like Kennedy, and then let's see what other presidents. I don't know. I think Kennedy and Lincoln were like the big ones, big conspiracy theory. What other ones? There was well, actually there was some funny deaths. Oh, Joe's code Joe. Okay, so Joe can't join the party. He can't talk. It's okay. I think there were some funny deaths. I'm not saying deaths fun. I'm just saying there's some funny deaths in president history. Yeah, goofy ways they died. Like, damn, I can't even think. I just remember watching that video. I know what video you're talking about. It was just like a whole video of all the 40 presidents of how they died in funny ways.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to watch it right now, but
I don't remember his name, but I recently just rewatched the video. I'll get his name up because he's in my history box.
I remember. I think his name is William.
Is Mr. Beat.
Mr. Who?
Mr. Beat. Well, tell me if this voice sounds familiar to you. Same guy or is a different guy?
Oh yeah.
Let me play back from the beginning. His name's Mr. Beat.
Oh yeah, Mr. Beat, 501,000 subscribers. No, I didn't watch this one.
And one day I will die.
No, I watched, I think this one. Last words and cause of death. Each president.
I also seen that one.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, I'm gonna go through every single one. Let's see. So George Washington, he died of either laryngitis or blood loss associated with medical treatment of the age. Let me fast forward a bit. Well, actually, let's go through all of them. Screw it, why not? So that one's okay. John Adams died of heart failure, and he said Thomas Jefferson survives. Then Thomas Jefferson died of uremia and pneumonia and cancer. And last quote was, "No doctor, nothing more," are the last recorded words, though multiple witnesses of his death claim he said something along the lines of, "Is it the fourth?" question mark. Very nice. Death date is not a mistake. John Adams and Thomas Jefferson died within hours of each other on the same day. July 4th of all days. Adams' last words. You know what? Hold on. July 4th was the Independence Day. They died on 4th of July. That's America. That's like that's like so America right there. Yeah, imagine. Let's see. Best day to die. James Madison died of congestive heart failure. Sad, but nothing like wacky. Just James Monroe. He died of heart failure and tuberculosis. Tuberculosis. I can't say that word. John Quincy Adams died of stroke. Yikes. Let's see. New person joining this stream, Bishop. What history class? Yes, sir. We're going over history right now. Just I don't know. Someone new joined the stream. We're just talking about random history stuff right now. We were talking about Lincoln and Kennedy stuff, and now we're talking about president deaths.
We're not gonna get into the.
No more politics. We're just getting into deaths at this point. Okay, no more politics.
Scroll 2 hours later.
No, don't tell them the secrets.
And then you're gonna see Mr. H.
Uh oh, stinky. Yeah, so 1 o'clock in the morning, or for Smokey, like 2 hours and 3 o'clock in the morning, just talking about history. 4 a.m. just talking about history. Oh, it's not Fall Guys, no, we're in history class. Let's see. Let's see, Andrew Jackson. He died of dropsy and heart failure. Oh man. It's horrible. Martin Van Buren died of bronchial asthma and heart. Ooh. Oh, that sounds painful. Like asthma? I had asthma before. That sucks. William Henry Harrison died of typhoid, pneumonia, fever. The first president to die in office. Ooh. John Tyler died of stroke. Bishop says 2 in the morning for me. Haha. Yes. I know we should be sleeping right now, but now we're talking about history.
2 in the morning.
James Polk died of cholera. Cholera 3 months after the end of his presidency. Interesting. Zachary Taylor died of stomach disease. That sucks. These are not funny. I'm sorry. Millard Fillmore died of stroke. Oh god, I'm waiting for like a wacky one. Franklin Pierce died of alcoholism. That's a thing. Oh, cirrhosis of the liver. Oh, that must have been bad. James Buchanan died of respiratory failure. Ooh, poor guy.
This entire time, I've been just playing GTA, doing the...
Lincoln died of assassination, yeah. Well, hold on. This video just proves I was right. You guys are talking about, oh, the doctor kept him alive. Like, what? Like, no, the video says he died of assassination. He died in the theater. Yeah, John Wilkes Booth was like...
I like he died.
Yeah, you did. Oh, so you're playing GTA right now? While talking about history. Very nice. Dang. Andrew Johnson died of stroke. A lot of you know what? Stroke is associated with people who stress a lot. So if you're a president, that makes a lot of sense. Ulysses S. Grant died of throat cancer. Ooh. He's a Civil War hero, guys. Rutherford. Ulysses S. Grant. You didn't serve in the Civil War. The Civil War was like 200 years ago, my guy. No.
You don't know this.
You
don't know what you're talking about.
Ooh, maybe not. Rutherford 4B Hayes died of heart attack. Okay, so a lot of these are like heart attack, respiratory, or like stroke. Nothing too crazy. James Garfield died of assassination. Really? Him too? Who assassinated him? No. Well, no. Like none of these presidents I don't really know. Not that much about. Chester A. Arthur died of stroke. Oh boy.
Come on, man. Even I know.
Benjamin Harrison. I don't know who this is. Cause of death, pneumonia. Oh, his last quote, really? His last quote was, Are the doctors here? Doctor my lungs. Ooh, that's tough. That's his last words. Are the
Yes.
doctors here? Doctor my lungs. Ooh, and he died of pneumonia. Oh, damn. That's sad. Grover Cleveland, heart attack. A lot of heart attacks. A lot of strokes.
Very
A lot of them. Yeah. William McKinley died of assassination. Another one. Damn. What did Roosevelt die from? Oh, right here. He died of pulmonary embolism. Oh, his last quote. Oh, his last quote was goated. Okay, so Theodore Roosevelt, his last quote was this. He said, "Please put out that light, James. Please put out that light, James." So, okay, he must have been in. No, I think that was still like one of his like workers in the White House or something. Had to have been. And then James Madison died a long time ago. So Theodore Roosevelt, his last words was, "Please put out that light, James." Imagine, I imagine in my mind, Roosevelt was like laying in his bed last night, and he was like, "James, do me a favor, turn off my light, thank you." Like, oh, like fancy, like a badass. He's a badass anyway. Just imagine, turn off my light. Last words. William Taft. Are you okay over there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So William Howard Taft died of debility. What does that mean? What's debility?
Dude, this car looks nice, but it's slow.
Well, what car did you get?
I'm trying to see.
Woodrow Wilson died of stroke. A lot of strokes.
Don't scan me, don't scan me. This
Yeah, but what is debility? I want to know what that is. Warden G. Harding, heart attack again? Damn.
Okay, thank God.
A lot
I
of
just
heart
juked out
attacks.
these cars.
Calvin Coolidge died of heart attack. Oh, this guy had like the same quote as the other guy. But it was in the morning though. He said, "Good morning, Robert," to a carpenter working his home, and he died right there. Damn. Robert was the last person he spoke to. Imagine. Weird. Weird deaths. It's, you know what? Okay, I have a question for you, Smokey. I know it's like a weird question, but, you know, let's say, for example, you get old enough or you have a disease and, you know, you think it's your time, and when it does happen, what do you think your last words are going to be? Do you think you're going to have them planned, or do you think it's going to be random? Yes. Like, your last words, like if you're, like, laying in bed or you know, you get a sudden heart attack, what are you going to say? Like, you going to freak out? You can accept it, you're gonna do some like weird quote, or because for me, I don't know. What would you think? I know it's like a dark question. I don't know.
But
Like,
if I were to plan out one, I would probably say like, "I lived a good life, goodbye."
I already know. I don't know if Joe's watching, but I already know what Joe's last quote's gonna be. I already know. If he knows he's gonna go, right, if it's time, I already know he's gonna say nap time. That's gonna be his last words. You know what? I'll do Joe a favor. I'll put that on his tomb. If he does go before me, I'll put that on his tombstone. It's nap time. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Like that's what he loves.
I would
Nap time.
probably. You know what I would
Take
put
a
on my
nap.
gravestone?
What?
Smokey smoking up the cemetery. That's what I would
Smokey
write.
smoke up the cemetery? Fancy. Fancy, I dig it. I don't know what my quote. Oh, Joe. Okay, Joe's still here. He's 10 out of 10. He approves. So yeah. So Joe, if you go before me, I'll be a good brother too, and I'll put nap time on your tombstone. It's nap time. It's the least I can do. What?
Danny, when you die, I'm gonna put whip sound noises.
No, come on. Can't be
Your
that
grave is gonna
mean.
be right next to Joe's.
right next to Joe. It's gonna be Joe's tombstone is gonna have, you know, it's gonna be lovely letters, you know, Joe, right, his name, everything. And it's gonna be nap time, and then right next to his tombstone is gonna be me with my name, and it's gonna be quote, "Get back to work," and then next to mine is his tombstone, nap time. He refuses, even in the afterlife, he refuses to work. It's just sleep. You know what? That'd be perfect. That'd be perfect.
Is Joe already dead? Skeleton.
Oh, Joe wrote, but mine will probably be "I'll be back." Oh, like the Terminator. I'll be back.
I will be back.
Ooh, what would mine be? Oh, I have so many quote ideas.
Just put every movie quote.
Don't. Oh, I can't. I have too many good quotes to pick from. I can't. Oh, I can't. Oh. Oh, damn it.
General Kenobi.
I don't know. Hold on. I have a couple good quotes to pick from. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm gonna pick something.
Speak your mind. Fall the longest distance without dying?
I would probably say something poetic, like I'm gonna go with my boy Two-Face, and I'm gonna say this on my tombstone.
Is it the one where it's like, you live long enough to die a hero?
Yes, that one. Yep. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain, and that's gonna be my tombstone. I like that one. So it's good. It's good. It's either you live your life and you die standing by what you believe, or you abandon your beliefs and you become a villain. You see it working for you.
No!
And I'm gonna die a hero. Or Joe was like, or I always come back. What are you, Joe? Are you William Afton? FNAF? Gregory, I always come back. If we're doing FNAF quotes, hold mine be. Jesus, the duck, the party. God.
Yes.
Were you Ben? Yes. Ben. No.
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 Yes.
Do you love God?
No.
I just start screaming. Oh. No.
Yes.
Let's see. Herbert Hoover, he died of eternal bleeding. Oh, that sounds painful. That sounds painful. I'm not even gonna laugh at that one. That sounds like it sucks. Oh. Franklin Roosevelt, he died of cerebral hemorrhage. I think that's like a headache. And his last quote was, "I have a terrific headache." He died in pain. Well, he was a cripple. He was a cripple. He his legs didn't work. He had like some kind of leg disease, too.
I feel like Joe.
Oh.
Whenever I think of Joe Boy Gaming, I always see him in a wheelchair. I don't know.
Why? So mean.
That's a premonition.
No, Joe can Joe.
Sorry,
Premonition? Are you predicting he's gonna be a cripple? That's so mean.
Yes.
Why? Because of Joe from Family Guy? Joe's a cripple.
No, I just see Joe as a cripple.
That's so mean. No, Joe's far from cripple.
Sorry.
Joe's strong. He's strong, man. He's big boy. He's strong. He's not gonna be a cripple. No, but
yeah.
so
Remember,
mean.
you're like, damn, Smokey predicted.
I'm just gonna put nap time in his tombstone. I'm not gonna call him a cripple. Joe says I have working legs. I know, Joe. Smokey thinks you don't for some reason. I know you have working legs.
No, but he's not gonna have working legs.
So mean. You see what's happening here, Joe? You see that? See? He thinks you're gonna be a cripple for some reason. Let's see. Harry S. Truman died of pneumonia and organ failure. Damn. I feel like all the more recent presidents have worse deaths. Well, having a heart attack is not even. I'm looking for like a wacky death. Eisenhower had congestive heart failure. Like all these are just heart related or respiratory. Like these are like common deaths.
Exactly. Natural causes.
Wait. Oh, hold on. JFK had a last quote? No way. Wait, what does it say? Fellow car passenger Natalie hold on. Fellow car passenger Natalie Connolly said to him, quote, "You certainly can't say that the people of Dallas haven't given you a nice welcome, Mr. President." And then he said, "No, you certainly can't." Damn. Quotes. Everybody loves me here.
Was that his daughter in the other car with him?
No, it was his wife. He was in the car with his wife, but his daughter probably was in the other car, I think.
She looks young.
Joe says, Joe Gaming, that's okay. When I'm old, maybe I'll be in a wheelchair. I don't think I ever would be. I think I'm gonna go with the cane. I'm gonna be like one of those cane dudes.
Back in my day.
Oh, back in my day, we used to care we have civility, and we had principles. But these kids nowadays, they just play the
Floating
Fortnite on their Fortnite 2.0 on their PS7s, and their GTA 6.
Fortnite, Danny.
No, not even back in my day. There's not even a GTA 6. It's just GTA 5 update 233. It's disgusting. I'm 80 years old and they still have GTA 5. It's the same thing. Oh, these kids.
Danny, can you give me luck? Cause I'm spinning the wheel.
Smokey, I hereby endorse you from the bottom of my heart. I give you the utmost lucky chance. Good luck. Did it work?
Oh no!
What happened?
It was right on the car, and then it slipped just an inch over the money, which I'm not gonna be disappointed in. I mean, money's money.
Forgot to tell you something. I was crossing my fingers. You fell right into my trap. You really think you can do this to me? I control the universe. You forget who I am. I'm Emperor Palpatine. I control things very easily.
Don't you know what my Discord name is? Dark Smokey the Second.
Who was the first?
Joe.
Lyndon B. Johnson. He had died of a heart attack. His last quote was, "Send Mike immediately."
They got assassinated.
I guess Mike did not get there in time. Poor Mike. Send Mike immediately. He did not get there in time. I don't know, what would Mike do? Like, you're having a heart attack, what would he do? Like, it's out of his control.
For this.
Yeah, but what are they gonna do? Like, it's a heart attack. It's not like someone just punched him. Like, yeah, you have bodyguards for that. What are you gonna do for a heart attack? It's gonna happen there. Also, there's also a thing called, I remember if you have a extreme stress, there's something called a red line. I don't know what the term is, but there's a red line where on your left hand, if you're stressed so much, right, it can happen. It's a low possibility, but it can happen. There's a red line on your left arm, and you can visibly see it go all the way up your left arm, all the way to your heart. If it gets to your heart, you die. You have like 30 seconds to act. If you, I don't know, like there is like, I don't know, I think like if you cut off circulation to your arm, you could stop that red line and you'll be fine. You could like give yourself like 30 minutes of time. But there is a term for that. So if you get that red line, it's like done. Like that's like if I have a fear, that's gonna be like one of my fears. If I get that red line, it's like 30 seconds of just like crap. You're gonna die. You're gonna like it's that time. It's like, oh shoot. I hope I don't get it. It's like a rare possibility, but it's like it's not even common. But still, like I remember I read things about that before. I'm like, ooh, that does not sound fun at all. It's horrible. Richard Nixon died of stroke. His last quote was "Help." Damn. All these are like sad though. Like I'm looking for like a wacky death. Gerald Ford died of I can't say this word. Cerebral vascular disease. Wait, that does sound familiar. And diffuse arteriosclerosis. I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means. Cerebral vascular. I think that's like the brain. Let's see. Ronald Reagan died of pneumonia and Alzheimer's disease. His last words are known only by relatives. Oh yeah, because freaking Nancy Reagan didn't want to share it with anybody. Just sending it. George, huh?
Was this some like top secret thing?
No, I think so, for some reason about the the Reagan family, for some reason they wrapped his death up so privately. I don't know. It's like they made it about privacy for some reason. Like they did not tell anybody what happened. Nobody really knows Reagan's death. Like only Nancy Reagan and like her family. I think Nancy Reagan passed away already. Like nobody really knows what really happened because they didn't want to tell anybody. They did not want to tell the press anything. I don't know. Maybe it was just like family tradition, or maybe they just wanted to just take it all in. I have no idea. George Bush died of vascular Parkinson. I think Parkinson's is like, isn't that thing where you shake a lot, right?
I'm not sure.
I think that's what Parkinson's is. I did not enjoy it. Oh, no one else died? Oh wait, Obama's still alive. Dang it! Shoot! I am disappointed. There's a couple presidents still alive. Dang it. Bill Clinton's still alive though. He's gonna be the next one. Dang. Oh well. It's like I say that as if I'm in anticipation. Who's next? Got my popcorn. Dang.
Danny Chacon.
Danny Chacon, that's right. That's my name. Don't wear it out. Actually, we were alive for one president, and that was George Senior, George Bush Senior. He died like two years ago, I think, or 1 year ago, something like that. Okay. So what else do you want to talk about?
How to pick up ladies.
Well, you came to the right place.
Well, not for me.
Oh, well, for who?
For you.
For I'm
already
no.
happily married.
You're married?
Yes.
You're engaged?
Yep.
Was your wedding ring?
Wedding ring?
Yeah.
What? I don't got no wedding ring.
You said you're married.
Yes.
Yeah.
I keep my wedding ring on her hand, so I don't lose it.
So I don't. No, guys need a ring too. What are you talking about? You gonna invite me or what?
You already haven't. You missed it. It was just today.
Oh, what? You didn't invite me.
You wanna go down here? You're going down to Florida.
Oh my god. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I just had a wedding last month. You know that?
Of course.
Remember?
Not.
Oh.
You didn't tell me about it.
My mom got married last month.
Mom got married? Was it a happy marriage?
Yeah, it could have been like more fancier, but it was so a good day. I wore a really nice suit to it, and I was legally the best man, so, and I was a witness too. So basically, I signed my name on the wedding certificate. So basically, if you think about it, my signature is gonna be on that document for like forever. For like when it comes to citizenship, I'm there. I'm like, oh cool, I made my mark already. That's nice. It's me being
So
the best
happy.
man. I am very happy. Thank you. It makes me happy that you're happy. But yeah. Oh, I have another conversation starter. Thing I wanted to talk to someone about, and it's that recently I've been having this interest of taking a DNA test. Have you ever wanted to take those, or no?
I have not.
So basically, I want to take a DNA test, not to find out what I'm allergic to or what my makeup is. I want to know my ancestry. I'm actually curious. The main reason why is because I have a grandpa who I never met before, and my mother's never met him either. And it's been something I wanted to do ever since I was like a little kid. So I was like, you know what? I would like to do like my family tree. Like I know mainly of what I might be. Like I know that my family comes from Puerto Rico and Spain, and I have German blood in me too, as well. And that's all I really know. I think I do have some Native American thing from my other grandpa, but that's it. And it's like I don't really know what I what I am. Like I heard rumors of me having French blood in me too, which is possible. But I just have been having like an interest. I've been like doing a lot of research. I've been having an interest. I'm thinking like maybe I should buy like a kit. You know, I buy a subscription from Ancestry.com or something, and then I take a DNA test, and then a couple weeks from then I get a result. Like, what do you think? Like, it's a good idea. I should do it.
You should do it. I always wanted to know what my ancestors were. let me tell you an interesting story. It's a short story, but my grandpa. So he was born in Guatemala.
Oh, wow.
And guess what?
What?
He rode his motorcycle to America.
No way.
Guatemala to America. I swear to you.
That's how you got here? On a
That's
motorcycle?
how we got here. And
That's
then-
pretty tight. It's badass.
In a motorcycle.
Wow. That's so cool. I don't know if I'm gonna have any cool stories like that. The only story I have is from my grandma's side. Is apparently sometime in the 1800s, there was a ferry boat that went from Spain all the way to the Americas, and then later in the 1900s, that family that came from Spain, they were in the Americas. They were in the United States. They went from the United States and they went to Hawaii for a vacation, and there was like a weird like romance story that happened between the two families. And basically, I think I might be Hawaiian. Basically, that's what I'm getting from this. Is I never dawned on me until now. So basically, yeah, like Spain and then America and then family came.
Joe?
Perhaps I think me and Joe have probably more blood than we think. Like I've never been officially diagnosed as Native American. It'd be cool though. I mean, if I'm Native American, I'm not gonna be like change anything. But still, it would just be interesting just to learn more. I would love to know, basically, out of my 4 grandparents, I know 2 out of 4. So basically, I know my grandpa and grandma from my dad's side. And my grandma on my dad's side, she has her own family history book of like people of her family. So she has like a family tree of her own, which she let me see. She showed it to me when I was like 12, and I have some records of that still to this day with me. So basically, I have people from the 1700s from my grandma's side who were like German. They were German immigrants during the 1700s who came here, which is pretty interesting. It's pretty cool. So that's on my grandma's side of my dad's side. My grandpa's side of my dad's side, all I know is that they come from Mexico. That's it. Like all I know is that they come from Mexico and then they come from Spain too, because it's my Chacon last name. They come from Mexico, and then I would say my grandpa, he only told me like his grandparents, and that's it. That's all he knew. So it goes a little bit, but it doesn't go as far as my grandma's history book does. It goes to the 1700s, which is pretty impressive. And then on my mom's side, my grandma on my mom's side, I met her. She raised me a bit, but I don't really know. I didn't know her parents at all. I don't know nothing about her family. And same thing goes for my grandpa on that side. So basically my mom's side of the family is really unknown, like mainly. So yeah, I want to know. Like my dad did a ancestry thing for him, but basically that's just my grandparents on this side. I kind of know that side already. I don't know my side yet, and I can't ask my grandma. She passed away like in 2016, and I can't ask my grandpa because my mom never met him. I think he died when she was 4, and well, that's a long time ago. So she never met him, and I never met him. So it's like I had a grandpa who was from Puerto Rico, and can you imagine all the ties that could be? That's like a big fat question mark. It's like, where does his family come from? I have a family somewhere that I never met.
We all are simulated.
We are similar. We're all similar.
And anyway, we all have a common ancestor.
Oh yeah, that's true. We all from like long time ago in Africa. We all originate. I know. But it's just cool to see where our family went and just see their names and and a couple things.
When there is like no humans yet, right? No Homo sapiens yet. Like, was it? I know I'm not going back way too far, but I'm still going off far, like just millions, not billions. Was it just empty land?
Empty land where? What are you talking about?
I want to go before Homo sapiens were even a species yet.
Then we're talking like Neanderthals then.
Yeah, so was it just full with animals? Or Danny, I have a
We
question for you.
what?
So, do you think that we're sinking or we're rising?
Sinking how? Wait, I don't understand the question.
Like you know how Florida's sinking, right? Like some of Florida is going under.
Oh, that's because Florida isn't attached to the land. That's why. There's like a weird plate under it.
You don't know what you're talking about, Danny. Danny, don't you see all those like underwater?
It's not sinking. It never was attached to begin with. It was just there.
Those underwater cities.
What underwater
Don't you-
cities? Atlantis?
It would be like underwater. No, not Atlantis. But
From
Atlantis, but
SpongeBob?
still. No, it's like underwater like cities that were covered from like water and water. That's just below.
I see.
Like on the earth.
Well, I don't know. So you're asking, is like the world gonna like shrink or like flood? Is that what you're saying?
Is it gonna be filled with water or is land coming up?
Oh, I see. So basically, you're asking, are we losing water or are we getting water? Basically, is what you're asking.
So what I think, if we had no water, we would just be all land.
Oh,
it's just the water kind of covers most of the land.
So you're saying, are you saying what's underneath the water? Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, what's underneath the water is.
I have no idea. Nobody knows that answer to that. Nobody has an answer to that question. That's been something everybody's been wanting to know.
It's like 3% of the water.
Exactly. Nobody knows the answer because we physically can't go to the bottom. We can't see the bottom. If we go, we'll die. The pressure will kill us. So that just begs the question. There could be caves, like you said. There could be cities. There could be caves. There could be well, there most definitely is monsters. Most definitely, there has to be some kind of like colossal monster down there.
Survive that much pressure, water.
But like you gotta realize something.
Down to the deep end of a pool, well, that hurts my brain.
Yeah, so just imagine going to that. Yeah, what will happen is our body will explode inside out. It's scary. I'm scared to think about. Just imagine though, we talk about, we can't go down there. The pressure's gonna kill us, which it will. But imagine, and we talk about, all the monsters down there. But imagine the monsters. They can't come up here because the pressure up here will kill them. It's too light for them. For us, it's too thick down there for us to handle. Like, we're not meant to handle that much pressure. And for them, their bodies need that much pressure. If they don't have that pressure, their body just like explodes somehow. I don't know. But so basically, we can't exist. The only way we can explore is if we focus on the submarine technology that they have been making. They've been making for like a couple decades now, and every so years we're able to get deeper and deeper slowly. It's because of the material we use for the submarine. I like how I'm somehow a submarine expert now. I feel so smart. Like, oh yeah, the pressure is anti-pressure material. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
How long have you been on that loading screen or that lobby screen?
3 hours. I'm actually having a good time. I'm having a blast tonight. But yeah, just imagine the submarine. Right, and then you're just just as I'm back, hey Joe. Say hi to Joe, Smokey.
Hi, Joey.
Oh, Joey. Oh, that's a new one. Okay, so just imagine submarine, right? And eventually, let's say one day we get that pressure material thing for the submarine. That way we could go in the submarine without it killing us. Let's say we do. Now we go to the bottom. If there is a bottom, that's a big question. Question being, there's many questions. Like, okay, are we able to ever do that? If so, are we able to get rid of the water? Or are we able to destabilize the deep depths of the ocean? Because if we're not able to do that, then that means we can never live down there. Because eventually, if we live down there too long, the pressure will just collapse on us. We can't build down there because we'll die down there. So we need to figure out something. Joe says, "Hoy, Smokey, hoy." Uh-oh.
Wait, Danny. Something just popped up in my mind that I learned like
what?
3 years ago. Weren't we all like connected, then we broke apart?
From what? Connected by what?
I don't remember. I remember seeing something. It was like we're
the landmass.
All of the colonies. What? All of the Give me a second. I'm trying to remember.
Continents?
I'm half asleep.
I think I know
all
what
the
you're talking.
continents are all together and then
It's
broken
called.
apart.
That's called Pangea. Yeah, it was. So all the landmasses: South America, North America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, Antarctica, and the Arctic was all together like a ball, right? Like a giant, like circular landmass. And eventually, the tectonic plates, they separated and they floated. Yeah, it took a long time. So imagine when it separated, it must have been like little rivers.
So
Like
what
people
was
were like,
on those? What was on the land? Was like just animal creatures there, just living there.
yeah, just like all the biomes were there. Like I don't know, it's complicated. Like I honestly don't know how it worked. I think maybe it was all like maybe all desert, but I think when the lands moved, the government didn't even exist. What are you talking about? They must have been around it. They could have been. You're right. Maybe it could have been aliens.
They could have had an animal council.
Animal council. I mean, I can't
just
disprove that
out
theory.
There, I look up at the sky. We're not alone. We are
Oh
not
my god.
alone.
I like how we're jumping so fast. We're not, there's no way we could be alone because it's the same argument about the ocean thing. Is how the hell are we gonna say, hold on, the tired's hitting me now. We can't explore the ocean, so if we can't explore the ocean, how are we gonna explore space? We can't. But it's funny, we know more about space than we know about our oceans, which is weird. That's so weird. We're able to leave the planet, but we're not able to dive into it? It's so weird. Like, Joe says we are not alone. Yeah, that's definitely true.
We're definitely not alone. You think there's other people in other species going like, we're not alone either?
Yeah. It's just the luck. What I've learned is that that Earth is in what it's called a Goldilocks zone, which means it has the perfect temperature climate. But I've always opposed that. I've always opposed this fact, and I personally think that's wrong. I don't think there's such a thing called a Goldilocks zone, because the Goldilocks zone says it's perfect climate for being able to hold life. But in my definition, my perspective, I believe that there is no true definition of what life is, because what we consider life may not be living for another species. So like what we see as just a bunch of boulders and rocks, right? Like us thinking that they're just dead. What if they have their own ecosystem that we just can't see because of different ultraviolet rays, or because of, I don't know, they just act like, I don't know, like just by them being positioned a certain way, like they're interacting. Like you don't know, like we don't know, like there's no way for us to actually know stuff like that. Like, did you ever think of that? Like, what is considered being alive? We're getting very philosophical now.
Consciousness?
I like how we went from being political to historical, now philosophical.
Like, do bugs have consciousness?
We're getting hit by the tire, right? Now. Huh?
Do bugs have consciousness?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. What we call consciousness, we might. I don't know. Like, but that's the thing though, is that
Do you think they worship us?
That's a good theory. But the question remains though, do they see us though? I know it's just like a stupid question, but can they see us? Can bugs see us?
Well, the ants always bite you. Of course they see you.
No, but really though, because like we walk on Earth all the time, right? What if Earth is like a bug? What if Earth is actually like a part of something? Yeah, we've been to space, but it's just planets and a bunch of like empty air. What if that's like an actual being? You understand what I'm saying? What if we're on something? What if we're on like a monster? You ever think about that? And what if we're just, what if we're microorganisms? You understand me, Smokey? Like we're reaching like
tiny,
crack levels.
Really tiny compared
yeah.
to everything.
What if we are? What if our solar system, the Milky Way, is like a freckle on like a giant beast or something? What if our solar system's that? What if we're microorganisms? That's my point I'm trying to make here.
Did you see the thing where the guy, I don't know, there's a group of people?
Oh,
like,
Joe said.
Tinier than we really think.
Oh yeah, well, oh yeah, for sure. We're definitely, there is 100% going to be something that's bigger. There's 100% something going to be bigger than us, but there's always 100% something going to be smaller than us. What we think is as an atom is probably like a big thing for like other crap. Like, see, like the universe is funny like that. The universe is weird. Like, size is not relative. Time is relative, and size isn't relative. Joe says, well, the Goldilocks zone is the perfect place for there to be water. So I also heard that too. So it's perfect for holding life and holding for water. Now, that may be true. The Goldilocks zone can hold H2O. Okay, but that does not mean life though. So okay, maybe this zone, whatever we call this zone, wherever it's located, can hold water. Fine. So if we find other Goldilocks zones in different universes, in different solar systems, they can hold water. That doesn't guarantee that there will be life there, though. Because what we consider life can be something entirely different. Like, what if we consider death? Like, what if we consider skeletons to be, you know, just waste, just death, like just dead people? What if that's life to other people? What if that's, like, you ever think about it like that? Like, there's so many ways we could go about this, right, Smokey? Hello? Smokey? Hello? Hello? Smokey? Joe, I think he dipped on me. Hello? Wait, hold on. Wait, what really happened? Where'd you go?
Oh shoot, I fell asleep.
Am I putting you to sleep?
Your voice is so
My voice is so what? Perfect.
Your voice is so pure.
Pure. Do you think I should be a voice actor?
Yes.
Perhaps.
Dude, I thought you were reading me a bedtime story.
Sorry.
So when you were saying like, where is he? Where is he? I thought you were talking about Chacon the book. They were trying to find, where is he?
Where is poor Jimmy? Where is he? Why is he hiding? I think, yeah, I could definitely do a podcast show. I just need a good subject and someone to talk with me. Like you would definitely be someone I would invite. Definitely Joe too, and you know, Blood Corpse, and then maybe Jitsu's. Well, I don't know. Jitsu definitely, like, he's too hyper. I mean, he's good with ideas. He's just a little too hyper when it comes to talking. Maybe not. But yeah, like I was saying, we don't know what defines life. Like, to us, we know what defines life for us. But for the green man on Mars, like what do they consider life? Like, oh, a valuable resource to us is water. Okay.
Wait,
but what about for them? What?
You think we were first on Mars, and Mars was about to, like, you know, die, so we moved to this new planet called Earth?
No, I think we're from here. I don't think we came from a different planet. I think we evolutionized with the monkeys here.
You think there's, like, billions of billions of billions years ago, you think people lived on Mars and they just died out?
See, it's questions like that. It's like, really, there's no evidence that supports nor denies it. Like, I don't. I honestly don't think. So okay, you're asking me if I believe there was any time period where humans lived there.
Not humans, like life lived there.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Okay, you gotta understand, like, how Earth was formed. Earth was formed like a molten ball of fire and lava from asteroids being flown. Like Earth's origin story is very scary and probably terrifying. I believe that in the result of the wake of the asteroids firing at each other and the gravitational pull being formed by them pulling on each other, I believe whatever that caused that probably had life, and they probably died, and a new life spawned from their organisms that came from those rocks. Because those asteroids carried our DNA. It carried the human species, basically. And that's where it came from. So wherever that asteroid came from, definitely life was there. Some kind of life. No idea what we look like though. No idea. Joe says, huh?
You have such a pure voice.
Thank you, Smokey. However, I do wish I had a better mic though. This mic is poo-poo.
No, your mic is perfect.
No, I need a better mic. I do.
You have a podcast mic.
No, I have a transatlantic 1930s. Hello, welcome everybody back to my stream. Welcome. This is Alistair from Hasbin Hotel or something. I don't know.
Isn't that for adults? You're not an adult.
I am an adult. I can watch it.
Secretly angel dust?
No comment. I'm not gonna comment on that.
Respectable.
I'll tell you a different time. Joe says, well, we once were bacteria in the water. That's why we need it. Okay, stuff like that. I believe that. The need for absorbing water because we came from water. It's like well, it's not just, it's like it is the chicken and the egg. What do you think came first, Smokey? The chicken or the egg?
Definitely the chicken.
Why?
Cause I want to say because let's see, some different breed of species, like 2 different species, they bred, but not too different, because I'm pretty sure, like, if you do completely different species, you're gonna get a kid, but he cannot, like, you know, reproduce. So, like, a species that is intertwines and twines. So, 2 different species.
Is it saying crossbreeding?
Have babies. I don't know, like, with, like, similar DNA, but also different at the same time. And it mutated into a chicken. And then the chicken reproduced with eggs and made more chicken. First, they had to be 2 chicken. So they reproduced twice to create 2 chicken. Wait! I think the egg came first.
Now we're in a conundrum. So what really came first? Chicken or the egg?
Are we talking about the egg coming from the chicken or just an egg?
It's like the question explains it, which came first. So basically, if it was the egg that came first, that means an egg randomly spawned, or
No,
the
it's not that one.
or the egg could be from the mutated from the crossbreeding parents. It could be. I don't know actually. I never really thought too much about the question.
When I said wait, I think it's the egg, because when
Joe says it's the chicken. I think Smokey's saying it's like crossbreed. I think that's like the most logical explanation for it, because it explains humans too. We have a lot of DNA with monkeys and like apes and stuff. So at some point we must have, like, they are our ancestors. So at one point crossbreeding happened. It had to. No way. You know, we also related to reptiles too, which is funny. We have like crocodile DNA and monkey DNA, which is weird. And I think slight dinosaur DNA, well, which is like reptile, so basically the same thing. It's weird.
Alright, I'm gonna go to sleep.
Go to sleep now? Yeah, I think I'm going to end the stream. It's 5 o'clock. Wow. You stayed 3 hours with me talking about politics, history, and philosophy and existentialism. We went from talking about Democrats to talking about what is life. This was a good stream. I'm gonna keep it, even though it might be flagged. I'm gonna keep it because this was pretty fun. Also, thank you, Joe, for watching. I'm going to end the stream now. Bye, Joe. Bye.